Yankees, let's get behind the field. Yankees, they're gonna learn to feel the Yankees. Everyone knows they play to win.
New York Yankee baseball is sponsored by Budweiser Beer, Champion Spark Plugs, Yoo-Hoo Beverages, HFC, and by Rickle Home Improvement Centers, Getty Oil, and Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Frank. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to New York Yankee baseball. I'm Phil Rizzuto, along with Fran Healy, Frank Messer, and Bill White, as the Yankees go for their third in a row in this very important four-game series. The Yankees annihilating the Red Sox in the first two games, hitting the ball all over, few against the fence, one up on the screen, but doing a great job. And, of course, this is a big game. The Yankees said originally they'd be happy with a split up here, but they've already won the first two games. So they said, no sense stopping now. Let's make a sweep. And I go for that. Well, we've got a little bit of time before we have to give you the lineups. And Fran and I would like to talk about the Yankees. And all of a sudden, Fran Healy, the race in the American League East, which was the longest shot to be a race, is suddenly the closest race in the four divisions. The Yankees just two games behind.
Yes, it is, Phil. Of course, the Yankees playing some great baseball. You mentioned before they'd like to sweep here now. Lemon said this morning that he would take a split of the next two games.
That's not bad either.
And the Yankees, the atmosphere in the clubhouse, super atmosphere. They really, they feel they can sweep the Red Sox. They got things going. They got off to a quick start. Mickey Rivers and Willie Randolph are getting on base, and this is the secret to the Yankees' win.
All right, now, Fran, you were down in the clubhouse, and how is Mickey Rivers? You know, he had to leave the game with a slight hamstring pull last night.
Well, he said he feels good today, and he said he'll be running if he gets on base, so obviously the hamstring pull is all right.
Well, that's good news because he and Randolph really have been doing a job. And they score in the early innings. The second inning has been the big inning in the first two games here. The Yankees scored 3 the first night in the second inning and 6 last night. And, of course, you don't expect that against a pitcher like Eckersley, and yet we didn't expect it against Torres.
Right, and it's not unusual to see a ball club come into a series like the Yankees. They have really sky high. They have to win some ball games, but the unusual thing is the end result. They've gone out and they've crushed the Red Sox in both ball games, which is very unusual here in Fenway Park.
Oh, I tell you, they've got the best home record of any team in baseball here at Fenway Park, and the Yankees have taken 2 in a row. You know what's exciting, too, Fran? The reaction of the Yankee fans back home. Listening, watching these games, and reading what little they can with the newspaper strike on. From what I understand, the tickets have been gobbled up in a hurry.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Because all box reserved and general admission seats completely sold out the next weekend's 3 Red Sox games at the stadium. There are still some unreserved bleacher tickets remaining, and they'll be on sale at the stadium box office only until 5 today. And if tickets remain, from 10 to 5 tomorrow. There'll be a limit of 4 tickets per game per person. Again, only bleacher seats remain for next weekend's games against the Red Sox.
Scooter, you moved very smoothly into that promotion.
Well, I tell you, actually, the way the Yankees are playing, there's not much promotion needed. I've never seen a team put it all together after struggling through the first 3 quarters of the season the way the Yankees are doing it now.
This is true. Of course, the Red Sox have some injuries, but the Yankees were hit in a very important department. That was the pitching department. Messersmith, the first key injury, and he was throwing exceptionally well in spring training. Then they had Patterson. Patterson, young pitcher, who I think is going to be a fine pitcher, had surgery this year. Gullet.
Oh, that is really a crime. There's a man who has a perfect build and attitude and all the tools to be one of the great left-handers of all time, but he's been injury-prone ever since he's been with Cincinnati.
Right, and of course, Gullet very depressed about the injury this year, and I'm sure the Yankees very depressed about the injury. Catfish Hunter had an injury early in the year, last year, shoulder trouble. This year, turned it around. Dr. Morris Collins, the team physician, manipulated his shoulder, and Catfish says it feels very well now.
Of course, that groin pull now. Do you speak to Cat while you were down there?
Well, I spoke to Gene Monahan. He said it'll take a little bit of time, but they're optimistic.
All right, let's give them the starting lineups now so that they can be ready for the start of this game. For the New York Yankees, leading off playing center field, Mickey Rivers. Willie Randolph will be at second base and bat second. Doing the catching and batting third, Thurman Munson. Reggie Jackson, who's been a big plus for the Yankees, getting out of that sickbed in Lenox Hill and coming up here. Big 3-run homer in last night's game. Reggie will be the designated hitter and bat cleanup. At first base, batting fifth, Chris Chambliss. Greg Nettles will be at third base, batting sixth. The right fielder batting seventh, Sweet Lou Piniella, and he has done a job against the Red Sox up here. Roy White, been outstanding also. He'd be playing left field, batting eighth, and the shortstop, batting ninth, Bucky Dent. And, of course, pitching for the Yankees, the man who they could less afford to lose than anybody else, Ron Guidry. 20 wins and 2 defeats. For the Red Sox, Rick Burleson leads off at shortstop. Batting second in center field, Fred Lynn. Jim Rice will be the right fielder and bat third. Hitting in the cleanup spot in left field, Carl Yastrzemski. Carlton Fisk will be doing the catching and batting fifth. The designated hitter today with Guidry pitching will be Bob Bailey, batting in the sixth spot. George Scott batting seventh and playing first base. At third base, batting eighth, Butch Hobson. And the second baseman in today's game, right-hand hitting Frank Duffy, batting ninth. And on the mound, Dennis Eckersley. Now, this is a strange turn of events. Eckersley had never defeated the Yankees prior to coming to the Red Sox. And yet, with the Red Sox, he is 3-0 against the Yankees this year.
Very good pitcher, Phil. He has that good fastball, although he's not throwing as hard as he did with Cleveland. He has a good breaking ball, and, of course, he utilizes the breaking ball more against left-handed hitters. And, of course, the Yankees are loaded with left-handed hitters. When Eckersley, of course, was with the Cleveland Indians, he did not have the defense that he has right here in Boston. He did not have the power that Boston has. So this is the change in Eckersley. And, of course, Eckersley right here in Fenway Park, 9-0.
You know, that's almost unbelievable. 9-0 in this tough ballpark. Quickly, we'll mention the umpires down there as they've come out with Bob Lemon, the Yankees skipper, and Don Zimmer, the Red Sox manager. Rich Garcia will be calling balls and strikes. Jim Evans will be at first. Durwood Merrill at second, and Marty Springstead over at third. Now, we got to mention the wind factor again, Fran Healy. It's blowing the same way it did in the first game here on Thursday night.
And, Phil, I think this will help the Yankees. The Yankees have the power. They can hit the ball out of the park, but most of the hitters will put the ball in play. Of course, the Red Sox rely on the big bat of Jim Rice. They have some power from the right side of the plate, conducive for this ballpark. You need that right-handed power. Left-handers are hurt by this ballpark. But the Yankees will put the ball in play. They put the ball in play the first night in, mostly singles, and demolished the Red Sox that first game. And last night, of course, they went off the wall a few times. But the Yankees, again, they put the ball in play. They really do not have to hit with power here in Boston. The Red Sox need that power, and the wind blowing directly in.
You know, that's a good point. They need the power, and yet they're used to this park. They know how easy it is to hit out. And I have heard even Zimmer and Torres complain that everybody going up in this park is trying to hit homers.
Well, that was interesting because the comment from Torres came out in Seattle. They got beat by Seattle. Torres absorbed the loss that night, and he criticized the Red Sox for going for the home run. And Zimmer retaliated by saying he did not see Torres' contract, but he sure did not state that he was the player manager.
I read that. That was funny. And Torres, of course, has boasted many times, and he's been true in the past, that he is a great September and October pitcher.
He really is.
Until this year.
Right. It's surprising because he got off to a torrid start, and the way he pitches the second half, you figure he would come up with 30 wins, and of course he's had his problems. Very disappointed in being pitched once every fifth day. Wants to go once every 4 days, and a valid complaint because he's a sinker ball pitcher. Sinker ball pitchers have to keep the ball down. If he goes once every fourth day, he'll be tired. And right now we will rise for our national anthem.
the start of today's game right after this.
Today I've got a lot to do. Gotta get kids to school.
Gotta open up the shop. First I gotta make a stop.
Gotta share them right today, 'cause they've been energies away.
Gotta drop the shipment off. First I've gotta stop and talk. Feel all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making us stop along the way. Let's go, that keeps America going.
What brings over 1 million people a day to golf? Consistent high-quality gasolines and motor oils, formulated by Gulf for top efficiency to help your engine last. Going somewhere? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop at Gulf.
Okay, the Red Sox are set up defensively with Scott at first, Duffy at second, Burleson at short, at third base, Butch Hobson, and left field would be Yastrzemski. Center field, Freddie Lynn, and right field, Jim Rice. Behind the plate, Carlton Fisk, and on the mound, sidearm, Dennis Eckersley.
You know, we might mention, Fran Healy, that Dwight Evans had to leave the game late last night. He suffered those dizzy spells again. And one of the reasons, when he dropped that fly ball, they said that was the reason. He can look straight ahead all right, but when he looks down or up, he gets dizzy.
Of course, I've never experienced getting hit on the head. Did you ever get hit in the head when you played?
3 times.
Wow.
3 times I was taken to Lenox Hill Hospital. Even in the old days, they used Lenox Hill.
That's unbelievable. Of course, I hit 220. They never proved around those 220 hitters. They didn't want to hit you. They wanted to get you out. But I'm sure that had a tremendous effect on Evans. And he said every time he looks up or looks down, he gets dizzy. So he's out of the lineup today. Jim Rice in right field. That could be a problem for the Red Sox. Rice, not used to right field, has played left field.
Very good point, Fran Healy. And the way that wind is blowing is going to be tricky because any ball that starts towards Rice is going to end up to his left.
So it could be an important factor in his ballgame, especially with guys like Rivers, Nettles, Jackson. The power of the Yankees from the left side of the plate.
All right, Fran. Mickey Rivers, batting .271, is hitting 4 straight games. And when he gets on, the other team shakes. Eckersley kicks and delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. Now there's that slow curve that the Yankees were talking prior to the game they're going to try and wait on.
Of course, Eckersley 3-0 on the year against the Yankees, has used the slow breaking ball against the Yankee left-handed hitters.
All right, Mickey with 11 homers, 42 runs batted in. Another curve. This is high. 1-1.
Sure, this is unbelievable. Eckersley, of course, made his name with the great overpowering fastball, yet the Red Sox say he is not throwing as hard as he did in Cleveland.
Well, I tell you, some pitchers take a long time to learn. Ball players, too. The 1-1 pitch fastball loop to left field. Nobody's going to get it. That'll go into the seats. No, it hits on the playing field, but the way that wind was blowing, Hobson tried to get it, took one hop in foul territory and bounced into the seats. Wow, the left fielder and center fielder can't afford to play very shallow today. And unless you hit a line drive, there are going to be very few balls, if any, that reach that green monster. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Mickey Rivers as we lead off this very important ball game. On deck, Willie Randolph. Eckersley winds, and the slow curve looped into center field, going back to second baseman Duffy, and makes the catch, 1 away. And he had Mickey reaching for that off-speed curve again, Frank.
Yes, he did. So, of course, when you have that good fastball, the hitter has to gear himself with a fastball, try to adjust to the breaking ball. Mickey had a problem adjusting to the breaking ball. And if I was a pitcher, Mickey would see all slow stuff, all off-speed, no fastball.
All right. Willie Randolph swinging a hot bat, hitting .274, 17 doubles, 5 triples, 3 homers, 37 runs batted in. Willie now has a 5-game hitting streak. And Eckersley pitch a bunt down third. Hobson barehands it, throw to first. He's off. He's out. A tremendous play by Hobson, who has been bothered with a bad arm and has made 2 throwing errors in this series. A tremendous play as he picked it up barehanded. Still,
Watson has to rush this throw, and he makes a good throw to first base. When he has time, that's when he has the problem. That's when he throws the ball away.
I had a very good point because even Rico Petrocelli made mention of that fact. Rico said he throws leaning towards first instead of setting that back foot and throwing.
But I'm sure with the problem with the elbow, he tightens up his muscles when he's throwing that ball.
All right, Thurman Munson will be the batter. Thurman batting .291. He has 25 doubles, his triple, 6 homers, and 64 runs batted in. And the pitch is in there, strike one call. Kind of a delayed call, and Munson questions Garcia. But Thurman nods his head, says, okay. Eckersley's one-strike pitch, swing and a miss, fooled on that curve.
Thurman told me before the game, this guy gives him probably the most problems of any pitcher in the major leagues.
And it's a mystery to me because if Thurman lays back and tries to go to right field the way we know he can, I don't think anybody would give him trouble. But again, out of the corner of your eye, you see that green monster in back of shortstop.
Right.
And without trying, you're trying to hit it. The two-strike pitch, foul, and the wind will carry that out of play. It's got over, but it's way back. And we'll pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
It's 73 degrees and clear at 2:28. This is WINS New York.
Well, Carlton Fisk went all the way down past the Red Sox dugout. I tell you, prior to the game, Fisk received the 10th player award that they have given out in the last 4 years as the outstanding player on the Red Sox this year. And kind of a lot of murmurs in the stands when Fisk. He's done a great job, but then you take a look at Jim Rice and Eckersley.
He's had great years.
So Fisk, I guess, showing the fans why he should have gotten that car. Really hustled on that foul ball that went well back in the seats. Again, the pitch to Munson. Hit him. Munson goes to first base. And Thurman glares out as Eckersley and walks to first.
Of course, Eckersley trying to get that fastball in on Thurman. Thurman really has his problems with Eckersley, probably because Eckersley will make that good pitch when he has on Thurman. A fastball he runs in and will jam Thurman. Of course, jamming him, getting the ball in on his hands, and he throws that breaking ball away, and most of the time in a tough place to hit the ball.
All right, Fran. Reggie Jackson will be the batter. Reggie batting .281, has 11 doubles, 5 triples, 21 homers, and 77 runs batted in. And Reggie now has 334 career homers. He's 33rd on the all-time home run list. Next one he's got to pass Joe Adcock at 336. Pitch to Reggie. Strike one on the outside corner. Chris Chambliss on deck. There's no score. We're in the top of the first inning at Fenway Park. Oh, he just waved at Reggie. Was looking up here. Make him feel like he's got somebody behind him. These Red Sox fans, along with the Baltimore fans, like to get on Jackson. Oh, he looks big and strong. Mean to me at the plate today. Line but foul. Oh, man, if he'd have waited a fraction of a second longer.
Phil Jackson told me before the ball game he has a problem waiting on that breaking ball because Eckersley drops down with the breaking ball.
Oh, did he cream that one? Deep into the right field stands, but foul. So 2 strikes on Reggie, 2 out. Munson at first. In the top of the first, no score. A lot of the Red Sox pitches, or most of them, very slow and deliberate out on the mound. Scott holding the bag against Munson. Pitch, strike, 3 called. He got the fastball by him. Reggie must have been looking for the slow curve. Nothing across, 1 man left. At the end of 1/2 inning, the Yankees nothing, the Red Sox coming to bat.
Say, what's another name for action, Bill?
Oh, that's easy, Frank. Yoo-hoo.
Right, Yoo-hoo chocolate drink.
And Yoo-hoo keeps your action up.
And it's got a super chocolate taste. Rich chocolatey chocolate.
Great frosty refreshment.
Best of all, Yoo-hoo's made with nourishing low-fat milk. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-hoo adds milk.
And that's what makes Yoo-hoo better.
Like Yogi says, if you like chocolate, you're going to love Yoo-hoo.
Try Yoo-hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Yoo-hoo, the action drink for action people. Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American auto.
automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road.
Horizon can handle it.
Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ. And Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
Okay, for the Yankees, defensively, Chambliss at first base, Randolph at second, Dent at short, Nettles at third, White in left, Rivers in center, Piniella in right, Munson behind the plate, just getting out to his position. Cliff Johnson warmed up. A pitcher, Ron Guidry, the Gator, 20-2 on the year. He'll face here in the bottom of the first Rick Burleson, Fred Lynn, and then Jim Rice. Phil?
All right, Fran. So Burleson steps in to lead off against Guidry. We told you Ron is 20-2 in the year. This is his 30th start of the year and his second against the Red Sox. So Burleson steps in. Batting .248, 4 homers, 45 runs batted in. And Guidry's first pitch, a breaking pitch, is high, ball one. Burleson has 27 doubles, 4 triples. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. Guidry with a 1.84 earned run average. Line through the box, a base hit. Guidry leaped for it. Rivers bobbles it, and Burleson started for second and wheels back. And Randolph was telling Dent to throw to first. Burleson went halfway to second as Mickey bobbled that ball, but then went back. So a base hit for Burleson leading off the bottom of the first, and it brings up Fred Lynn.
So this is a great park to hit in during the day because of that background out there. Although they have people sitting out in center field where they usually keep them out of.
All right, Lynn batting .295. He bunts. Guidry up, might go to second. Oh, he had all day. Holy cow. I don't know whether Munson, Guidry throws his arms up in the air and said, I couldn't hear you. With the crowd roaring, they could have had a double play on that ball. You know, Burleson wasn't even halfway.
That's right, Phil. I'm sure the reason was because of the crowd yelling. Thurman Munson said something after Guidry threw the ball at first base, and Guidry shook his arms. I'm sure it was the crowd. It's very difficult for the catcher to yell loud enough for the pitcher to know. Pitcher should take it upon himself in a play like that.
Especially Guidry, who's a great fielder and very quick.
Quick, with a great arm.
All right, so the Red Sox get a break here in the very first inning, and the batter is Jim Rice. Rice leading in just about everything but batting average. He's hitting .325. Has 23 doubles, 15 triples, 38 homers, and 121 RBIs. Strike one on the outside corner. Guidry trying to keep that ball away from Rice, and yet Rice has outstanding power to the opposite field. Let's see how he works him. On deck, Yastrzemski. The kick. Pitch bounced to short. Backhanded. Bowie bobbled it. Picks it up. Throws. Safe at first base. And that'll be an error charged to Bucky Dent. For some reason, Bucky went to back. A base hit. Holy cow. Dent was there and for some reason tried to backhand it instead of getting in front of the ball. Bobbled it momentarily and just did miss Rice. Burleson had a hold at second, but the official scorer has given him a base hit. Well, maybe they want Rice to be the Triple Crown winner. The batter, Carl Yastrzemski, hitting .287, 19 doubles, a triple, 12 homers, and 65 runs batted in. Rivers playing a very shallow center field, as we told you. It's hard to hit one over his head. White not deep in left. Canella's fairly deep. The curve is inside Diaz. Ball one. And on deck, Carlson Fisk. As Fran and I have told you, the first inning is a big inning in any ball game for either team. Oh, a swing and a miss at a good breaking pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Red Sox still with a 2-game lead over the Yankees. And another game to be played tomorrow afternoon. Guidry gets the sign from Munson. Rice leads off first. Burleson off second. Bouncing ball to first. Chambliss will play it himself. His only play. 2 men are out. The runners advance. Rice to second. Burleson to third. And the batter will be Carlson Fisk. Fisk batting .298. 37 doubles, 3 triples, 20 homers, and 79 runs batted in. All right, Guidry standing back on the grass and back of the mound. Man, is that Rivers shallow, Fran. Look at him.
Yes, he is. So, of course, Rivers goes back on the ball very well. And if he makes a mistake, he can outrun the baseball.
Yes, he can. But I've never seen him play, even with the wind blowing a gale. Roy White not deep in left field. Runners at second and third. 2 out. Guidry winds. And the pitch, strike one call. The breaking pitch nipped the outside corner. On deck, Bob Bailey. Runners lead away at second and third. Guidry takes a deep breath. His pitch swing and a miss at a slider that really broke in and down. 0-2. So Ron Guidry with 215 strikeouts on the year. Ahead of Fisk 0-2. His pitch strike 3 called. Holy cow, Fisk caught looking. What a time to take a call. Third strike. Great pitching by Guidry. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. At the end of 1, the Yankees nothing and the Red Sox nothing.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just lay bud. And for the king of years, and settle back and be yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of blood is like an easy share when you're in Let me tell you, friend, settling back with a long day behind you and a cold bud in front of you, man, that's living. When you're big Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Say, Frank, what do you think has been Reggie Jackson's greatest triumph? Breaking the Babe's record? Being named Series MVP?
Well, how about getting that delicious new candy named after him?
The Reggie Bar? Come on.
Just think, Bill, to see your name on one of the greatest candies in America, Reggie. To know that every time someone bites at a chewy caramel, crunchy peanuts, and smooth chocolatey coating, he lives that World Series excitement all over again.
Gee, that's beautiful. Let's eat a Reggie now.
Now? But who will announce the game?
Who do you think?
Oh, Bill!
Fan Appreciation Day is coming up at Yankee Stadium Saturday, September 30th. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Cleveland Indians that day will get one of those great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features the Yankees emblem and a brand new full-color 1978 Yankee team picture. Phil?
All right, Fran, and Chris Chambliss against Eckersley swings and misses that off-speed pitch, strike one. A lot of room in left field for Chambliss. Yastrzemski playing him over the left center. That's outside, 1-1. Greg Nettles on deck. Chris batting .288. 23 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, and 83 runs batted in. Still leads the Yankees in RBIs. Fastball line to left center. Lynn going over to his right, and one hands it. And there, would have been an extra base hit on a calm day. Ball was hit on the nose. The wind held it up. One away. That brings up Greg Nettles. Nettles hitting .274. 20 doubles, a triple, 23 homers, and 79 runs batted in. And Yastrzemski moves a little more towards left center now, with Nettles up. So Lynn is playing just about straight away in center. Rice is very deep in right field. And the pitch to Nettles, high, ball one. Did it bother you, Fran? A lot of umpires, I noticed Garcia will put his hand once in a while on his shoulder when an umpire did that. Low, 2-0.
Yes, it did. They had an umpire, Shag Crawford, in National League, who always did that. He would put the arm right around the catcher, hold his stomach.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was tough to throw with a guy hanging on you.
You ever check him out?
No, but we started dating shortly after that.
All right, the 2-0 pitch. Line to right field. There's a base hit for Nettles. The first Yankee hit of the ball game. So Nettles singles with one out to right field. The first hit for the Yankees. And the batter now, Lou Piniella. And he is having himself some kind of a series. You know, Piniella could have been greedy last night and asked to stay in to get that cycle. He had the double, triple, and homer, and all he needed was the single. But Lou came out. He's batting .314. 30 doubles, 4 triples, 5 homers, and 55 runs batted in.
Of course, Phil, Lou has that new hairstyle.
Yeah,
Probably had to get inside, clean it up.
Takes him a long time to get it tucked under the hat. Pitch to Piniella, outside, ball one. Lou is hitting 3 straight games. No score. We're in the top of the second inning. Very clear day, but cold and windy here in Beantown. Nettles leads away. Pitch to Piniella. Swing and a miss at the curve. 1-1. And that's what they had for lunch in the press room. Boston baked beans and hot dogs, which I did not try.
Why not?
I never liked beans or hot dogs.
Oh, that's a good enough reason.
But that's a big favorite up here.
Yes, it is.
Eckersley sets. Another curve foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 man out. Roy White is on deck. Another sellout crowd. And this will put the Red Sox over the 2 million mark. Eckersley wanted Fisk to give him the signs again. Carlton does. Scott holds the bag against Nettles. And again, Eckersley steps off. This time Piniella stepped back. They play Piniella straight away in the infield and outfield. Now Eckersley gets the sign. Down to the belt. And the pitch, strike 3, ball. And again, it was the fastball. He got Reggie Jackson looking at a called third strike, and now Piniella.
And so Eckersley threw Piniella a couple curveballs, made him look bad. Lou stepped out of the box. I'm sure he was looking for that breaking ball, and Eckersley threw a good fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Exactly what he did. Roy White now batting .260. 11 doubles, 4 triples, 7 homers, and 38 runs batted in. 2 men are out. We have no score. Here in the top of the second. Roy has a 4-game hitting streak going. And takes the pitch down low, ball 1. Never did find out exactly how hard the wind is blowing, but it's got to be about 25, 30 miles. Nettles gets a good lead off first. Eckersley figures he'll not be running. The high kick and the curve, check swing, but it's in there, 1-1. White questions the call. And Garcia, I believe, said he swung at it. Boy did not think he had gone far enough around. 1-1. Eckersley ready. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Neither pitcher has walked a man. Eckersley has hit one batter, Thurman Munson, in the first inning. Now the stretch by Eckersley. And the pitch, strike 2 call. 2-2. Well, I tell you, they are borderline strikes he's calling on Roy. Roy's still shaking his head down there. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. On deck, Bucky Dent. Eckersley ready. Down low, and it's 3-2, and that'll release Nettles from first base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And the wind is 23 miles per hour, gusting to 32. Mostly gusting here today. Now Scott plays in back of Nettles. There goes Gregg. The pitch. Bouncing ball is short. Up with it, Burleson. Throw to first. They've got him. So for the Yankees, no runs are hit, no errors, a man left at the end of an inning and a half. Yankees nothing and the Red Sox nothing.
Here's a message of special interest to New Jersey residents from Household Finance.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
Getting away for a great vacation? You'd love to. Remodeling or adding a new family room? You think about it a lot. And of course, having money for your children's education is important. Well, if you're a homeowner, you could have those things with a homeowner loan from HFC. Depending on the equity in your home, the difference between what you owe on it and what it's worth today, you could get the money for almost anything you need or want. The homeowner loan from Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
In New Jersey, secondary mortgage loans are available from $2,500 to $25,000. See your phone book for the HFC office nearest you.
Always do.
The following fans are winners in the Yankee Frank's Billy Martin contest. Each winner will receive a Yankee hat plus a ball autograph by Billy Martin. Jim Gendling, Geneva, New York. Mike Howe, Corning, New York. And Phil, our congratulations to both.
Right. I tell you, that Corning is a beautiful little town.
Bob Bailey will step in to face Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry. Bailey will be followed by George Scott and Butch Hobson. The score, 0-0.
All right, that's got to sound kind of unusual for Yankee fans, the way the Yankees have been racking up runs in this series. Bailey batting at 209. He's only been about 86 times this year. Guidry's pitch, swing and a miss at a good breaking pitch, strike 1.
So I believe Bob Bailey right there was geared for the fastball.
No doubt about that.
And I think he wanted to hit it into the Charles River.
Bailey has 3 doubles, 4 homers, and 9 runs batted in. And that pitch a little low, 1-1. I remember when he first came up, one of the early big bonus babies.
He was supposed to be the biggest, and then Rick Reichard came along.
Uh-huh. Guidry's curve, a little low, 2 balls and a strike. Boy, I tell you, that Bailey is really anxious to hit one. He is really leaning.
And Phil, the book on Bailey, a good guess hitter. If he gets what he is guessing, he can hammer it.
All right, he guessed wrong there. Took a fastball right down the middle. It's 2-2. You're right, though. There are a lot of guess hitters, and there are a lot that guess with 2 strikes on them. The 2-2 pitch, low, 3-2.
Of course, very dangerous to guess with 2 strikes.
Oh, yes.
Did you like to know the pitches when you were playing?
No, most of the Yankees did, but it didn't do me any good because they did it to try and hit it out of the park. The payoff pitch, low, ball 4. So Guidry working on Bailey, loses him. First walk of the ball game by either pitcher. And the batter now, Big George Scott, batting .239. 14 doubles, 4 triples, 11 homers, and 49 runs batted in. Yankees can afford to play a little deeper in the infield. And an excellent chance for a double play. Scott hits the ball sharply if they can get him to hit it on the ground. Nobody out. And no score here in the bottom of the second. Chambliss playing in back of Bailey at first, and Scott bunts. It's a good bunt. It'll get the runner over, and Chambliss will touch the bag himself. Now, that surprised everybody. As Scott lays down a beautiful bunt, he is not happy. He has been called on a bunt several times in the last month or so. Even Mr. Crowley is laughing about that bunt. It was a beauty, though. Moving to second is Bailey.
And Phil, Guidry is one of the few pitchers you will see ball clubs sacrifice on early in the ball game. They play for that one run and hope to hold the Yankees.
All right, here's Butch Hobson. Hobson batting .245. 20 doubles, 2 triples, 15 homers, 68 runs batted in. Popped it up. Now, this is going to be a tough one. As a matter of fact, the wind might take it into the stands. Munson near the stands makes the catch on a... You know, he was not flustered one bit. I thought he had lost that ball at first.
Of course, Munson, a great athlete. He's very good on pop fouls. Amongst catchers take that very seriously, and of course, the reputation goes around the league. Bill Freeham, catcher with Detroit, was one of the best I've ever seen. Munson, very good, and Fisk, also very good.
Yeah, they are, but the way Thurman went after that, he took his mask off slowly, didn't move, maybe for about 3 seconds. All right, Frank Duffy, the batter. Duffy batting .255. Takes the slider down low, ball 1. Duffy has 5 doubles, no triples, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. And the outfield playing very shallow. They got a good chance on a base hit to hold Bailey at third. He has very little speed. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Foul tipped it into Munson's glove, actually. No score in the bottom of the second. 2 men out. Duffy playing because, number 1, Jerry Remy has the bad hand. Got a chipped bone. And Brohammer, who would normally play as a left-hand batter. So Duffy, a right-hand batter. Bouncer foul over towards the Yankee dugout. A ball and 2 strikes. Guidry ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. About this time, the Yankee fans would start their rhythmic applause, rooting for the strikeout. Here in Boston, they're holding their breath. The stretch, the pitch. Oh, very seldom do you see Guidry jump off the mound and start for the dugout. He thought he had nicked the corner, but Rich Garcia said no, and it's 2-2. Rick Burleson on deck. Bailey at second. 2 men out, no score. The 2-2 pitch, high and outside, 3-2. And this is a man that Guidry does not want to lose. No threat for the long ball. He sets the payoff pitch. Strike 3. That time he threw the fastball by him. Guidry chalks up his 217th strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left, and at the end of 2, the Yankees nothing and the Red Sox nothing.
I've got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes. I'm always under the hood, but I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy better blood for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better blood no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. Some folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy better blood for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better blood no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. No, you can't buy better blood for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better blood no matter where you are than Champion.
Okay, the batting leaders in the American League. Rod Carew leads the league at .340. Jim Rice, Boston, .325. Al Oliver, the Texas Rangers, .313. Robin Yount, .309. And Luke Piniella, .309. And these are old stats. Going into yesterday's ball game.
All right, Fran Haley. Bucky Dent leads it off, and Dent is batting .256, up to date. 9 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and 32 runs batted in. Dennis Eckersley winds in the pitch high and outside, ball 1. We have no score here in the top of the third. And as Fran told you, Eckersley is 9-0, pitching in Fenway Park this year. Hits the outside corner, 1-1. Bucky turns around, and it glares at Rich Garcia. Bucky wears that lamp black under his eyes that most football players wear. The 1-1 pitch fouled back. Bucky Dent is an Indian, says Sam Boucher. I believe you. I remember reading. He looks more like a Choctaw. You serious? I just guessed from left field on that. You're right. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch hit in the air to center field. Lynn flips the glasses down, having trouble seeing the ball, and just catches it before it hit him in the head. Oh, 1 out.
And now 20 seconds for our local station to identify themselves.
73 degrees and clear at 2:57 WINS 1010 New York. The top stories right now. A Cuban exile group claims responsibility for bomb that went off outside the Cuban UN mission on East 67th Street. Number of confirmed Legionnaire's disease cases goes to 6. Jimmy Connors advances in tennis.
All right, with 1 out, Mickey Rivers, who popped to second base his first time up, will be the batter. Hobson comes way in at third. Pitch to Mickey, foul in back of the plate. Coming back fifth. And one-hands it. He had trouble with that one, but made the play one-handed. Staggered a little bit. That wind playing tricks with the ball. 2 outs. So they have kept Mickey Rivers off base. One of the reasons the Yankees have not scored here early in the ball game. Willie Randolph robbed of a base hit on a great play by Butch Hobson as he laid down a bunt. Hobson grabbed it on the dead run barehanded, and an off-balance throw nipped Willie. 2 out, nobody on. No score. Top of the third. Eckersley kicks, delivers, strike 1 call. One strike pitch. Foul back on the screen, out of play, 0-2. Red Sox fans yelling on foul balls that go into the TV booth here. They haven't had much to yell about in the first 2 games. So they got to find things. All right, Eckersley ready. 2-strike pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You batted against Eckersley, Fran. Or did you?
No, Eckersley has been in the league only for 4 years.
It's foul back on the screen. You played in the last 4 years.
I was out there bullpen for 3 years. I never faced him. Never faced him. He was tough, though. He's very tough on right-handers. You hear the right-handers complain about him. The right-handers go back in the dugout and tell left-handers, get him out of the game.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Willie Randolph. High and tight, 2-2. Eckersley has 2 strikeouts, and both of them called third strikes on the fastball. Fran told you he was a strikeout pitcher till coming over here. He has only 136 strikeouts in 223 innings. Now the 2-2 delivery. Foul back in the seats, out of play.
A couple years ago, Phil, Eckersley was hitting the back of the head by his catcher in Cleveland. Sandy Alomar was trying to steal second base for the Yankees. The catcher came throwing. Hit Eckersley right in the back of the head.
I remember that. So what's...
well, I'm going to tell you right after this pitch.
All right, the 2-2 delivery. A foul, that'll be out of play back in the seats.
So when he gets hit in the head, Alomar comes in and take a look at him, and he's dazed. He looks at Alomar and he says, how could you get a hit off me?
Nope, well, he wasn't that dazed then,
no.
Huh?
Alomar was insulted.
Sandy, a great little man.
Yes, he is.
I'm just going to say, where is Sandy now?
Texas.
Still with the Rangers? Very seldom seen in the box score.
Yeah, I can relate to something like that.
All right, it's 2-2, 2 out, nobody on. In the top of the third, no score. The pitch by Eckersley fouled again, out of play down the right side. This one back over the roof. Joe Randolph making Eckersley throw. It's at a premium here. Yankees have one, the Red Sox have two. And all three of them have been singles. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Joe Eckersley chalks up his third strikeout in 3 innings. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 2.5, Yankees nothing and the Red Sox nothing.
It's not one thing, it's another. Now it's a transmission. I hate you. Hate. Deep hatred.
Before you completely give up on your car, come to Amco Transmissions. Last year, we reunited more owners with their cars than any other transmission specialist. And we got 1 out of 3 of them going again with only minor repairs. At Amco, we'll put you and your car back together again.
I take back everything I said about you.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo, Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
If you're getting bored with ordinary soft drinks, put a little Yoo-Hoo in your life. Best tasting soft drink ever. Creamy, smooth, super chocolate flavor. Yoo-Hoo's unbelievably delicious.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo, Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
And Yoo-Hoo is today's best soft drinks value. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-Hoo adds nourishing, low-fat milk. Milk costs more than water. That's what makes Yoo-Hoo better. And Yoo-Hoo's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, keeps your action up. Great with snacks, too.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
Yoo-Hoo is Yogi Berra's favorite action drink, the chocolate drink of champions. And Yoo-Hoo is today's best soft drink value. Get Yoo-Hoo from Iroquois Brands.
The American League, Seattle and Chicago, no score after 1. Cleveland at Detroit, no score in the middle of the second. No score in Milwaukee and Minnesota after 1.5. Phil?
All right, Fran, by the way, the rest of the action, I believe, will be under the lights.
Right.
A lot of Saturday night games and several Sunday night games. Waiting for Roy White as it looks like a basketball or a beach ball was thrown on the field. And third base umpire Marty Springstead retrieved it.
And while we wait for Rick Burleson and Ron Gidry, some of our guests on the pregame show received gift certificates at Benihana. Watch in amazement as your chef turns prime steak, chicken, and shrimp into an oriental feast.
All right, Burleson, who singled up the middle his first time up, takes the ball.
Other guests received the Powernex Dial Massage Shower Head. The only massaging shower head with 4 different sprays in one head. Dial 4, great feeling.
All right, the pitch, strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Gidry has 2 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Total of 217 on the year. The 1-1 pitch, a little bit low. The 2-1 delivery, low inside, 3-1. Gidry has walked 1 man and allowed 2 base hits. Swing and a miss. He went after a slider that was down and in. Would have been out of the strike zone. Burleson was going for the downs. 3-2. The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. He lost the leadoff man. Second time, actually the third time in the ball game. In each inning, the Red Sox have had their leadoff man on. That'll bring up Fred Lynn, who sacrificed his first time up. So the Yankees will have to be alert again. They have sacrificed in the first 2 innings after the leadoff man got on. Stretch by Gidry. He's sacrificing again, and sacrifice this time. Chambliss up, goes to Randolph. 3 successful sacrifice bunts in the first 3 innings by the Red Sox. As Fran told you, they're playing for that 1 run. That play goes 3-4. Chambliss to Randolph covering. Burleson down at second, and the batter Jim Rice, who had an infield hit his first time up. I just can't believe where Mickey Rivers is playing Jim Rice. He is very shallow. All right, the stretch by Guidry. Pitch to Rice, low and inside, ball one. On deck, Carl Yastrzemski. No score in the bottom of the third. One out. Burleson at second. Guidry kicks, delivers. Ground ball is short, right at Dent. Bucky's got this one. Throws to first. Rice is retired for the second out. He hit a scorcher right at Bucky. Bucky did not give ground two ways.
So Guidry's first pitch to Rice was an inside fastball. I think he surprised Rice because most left-handers are frightened to pitch inside this ballpark. They pitch away. After the first pitch, Rice moved off the plate. Then Guidry went away with a fastball. That's the ball that Rice hit to Bucky Dent.
All right. Good observation. Yastrzemski bounced to first base his first time up. Two out. Pitch to Yaz. Ground ball to second. Randolph is there. Willie up with it. Over to first. And Guidry gets out of that jam again. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left at the end of three. The Yankees nothing and the Red Sox nothing.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom Battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco. You're welcome.
They've got the stuff when the stardom's tough. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
Where the roads unwind with travelers, with friends, with family, with people going places, seeing all there is to see. Where the ride is always sure and smooth, you'll find a trusted friend you've always known. It's Firestone. Firestone, Firestone, Firestone. Where the family car is moving, where a night truck fights the rain, where the race cars scream around the track, where the tractors farm the plain, wherever wheels are rolling, no matter what the load, the name that's known as Firestone, where the rubber meets the road. Firestone, Firestone, Firestone.
In the standings, Eastern Division of the American League, the Red Sox with a 2-game lead over the surging New York Yankees. The Brewers 5.5 back. The Orioles 7.5 out of first place. The Detroit Tigers 10 games back. Cleveland Indians 25.5 games out of first place. And the Toronto Blue Jays in the cellar 31.5 games back. In the Western Division, the Royals with a 3.5-game lead over the Angels. Texas 9 games out. The Oakland A's 13.5 back. Minnesota Twins 16.5 out of first place. Chicago White Sox 18.5 back. And the Seattle Mariners 25 games behind the Royals. Now here with the play-by-play, Mr. Frank Messer.
Hi, Fran Healy. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody, wherever you might be listening to New York Yankee baseball. Thurman Munson will lead off for the Yankees in the fourth, to be followed by Reggie Jackson and Chris Chambliss. Thurman was hit on the left wrist by a pitch in the first inning. He's been hit twice now in the series. Dick Drago hit him in the head night before last, but Thurman came back and caught last night's game. Eckersley's pitch swung on and fouled back. Thurman is batting .291, 25 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, and 64 runs batted in. For the first 3 innings, that has been a classic pitcher's duel. A slider for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Reggie Jackson is waiting on deck. No score here in the ball game. Yankees have had 2 base runners. Munson hit by the pitch, and Nettles, who singled in the second. Check swing for a ball, 1-2.
Another sellout crowd here at Fenway Park this afternoon. Finally found out how many standees they can squeeze in here. 2,500. 1-2 pitch. Luke down in the right field. That's going to be in for the base hit. Rice has to run it down, plays it on one bounce, and Thurman is on. So the Yankees get the leadoff hitter aboard. That is the Yankees' second hit of the ball game. And it brings up Reggie Jackson, the designated hitter. Jackson looked at a third strike in the first inning.
Frank, that ball that Eckersley threw to Munson was a good pitch out over the plate. Munson did what he does so well, slapped that ball down the right field line.
Reggie has quite a conversation with Rich Garcia, the plate umpire. The borderline pitch that Reggie was called out on his first time at bat, he did not argue. Then, he might be talking about it now.
Well, and probably a little bit of politicking right now. In case that same pitch comes across and it's borderline again, maybe he'll call it the other way.
Reggie is hitting .280. Last night he hit his 21st home run. Hits this one deep to left field. Let's watch it. It is caught. It is caught by Yastrzemski in the corner. Munson all the way around second. Has to get back to first, and he's doubled off. Munson had gone all the way around second. Yastrzemski, the defensive play of the ball game, caught it as he disappeared in the left field corner, and Munson all the way around second was doubled up from 7-4-3, or Yastrzemski to Duffy to Scott.
Frank, a heads-up play really on Thurman Munson's part. Just a magnificent play by Carl Yastrzemski. Jackson slapped the ball down the left field line. Yastrzemski all the ways into the corner. A magnificent catch. Braces himself against the wall, makes a good throw. Frank Duffy had to move to his right a little bit, caught the ball, threw the ball over Munson's head to George Scott. A good double play by the Boston Red Sox. But Munson very aggressive on the bases.
And you heard the fans applauding the replay shown on the screen here at Fenway. Outstanding play by Yastrzemski. Chambliss up and fouls one back over the roof to our left. Strike one. Chris has been the Yankees' most consistent hitter day in and day out all season long. He's batting .288, 10 home runs, and a team-leading 83 runs batted in. A one-strike pitch from Eckersley. Misses outside. 1-1. Right-hander's ready. Kicks and deals. Changeup is outside. Chambliss' career high in runs batted in, 96 in 1976. He has a chance to beat that this year. Swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In 1975, Chris had his highest batting average, .304. That was his first full year as a Yankee. Came over in 74 from Cleveland. Lines this one to right center. That's a base hit. Rice lets the ball get by him, and Chambliss is on his way to second. Pulls in there standing. Rice tried to backhand the ball in the gap. It skipped by him. No error. It'll be a 2-base hit for Chambliss.
Frank, we discussed earlier in the broadcast Jim Rice replacing Dwight Evans. Evans, a magnificent outfielder. Rice, an adequate outfielder. Has problems at times and has not played very tough right field in Boston that often.
And I see how important that play of Yastrzemski's was to double Munson off first base. The Yankees would have had a run. Chambliss now at second, and Greg Nuttall's up. Greg extended his hitting streak to 9 games with a single to right field in the second inning. They're going to put him on. I believe Nuttall's wants the umpire to move. Fisk is telling, hey, no need to. We're going to put you on. An intentional walk to Nuttall.
Of course, Frank, this could really excite a guy like Lou Piniella. Piniella, a good hitter, always has a good average, and really gets up for it when there's men in scoring position. I think it helps his concentration to see a man on second base or third base. And right now, I'm sure he's insulted.
Ball 3 has been thrown, and
Now ball four, way outside. Nettles is put on. That'll be the first walk given up by Eckersley. And Fisk wants to go out to the mound. Now they want another baseball for the pitcher. And Lou Piniella, the batter. Lou was called out on strikes in the second inning. In the first two games of this series, Piniella had 5 hits. He had a triple his first time up last night. Came up again in the same inning and doubled. Third time up, he homered. Fourth time up, he grounded out. And the fifth time up, he didn't come up. Kerry Thomason batted for him and got the single to complete the cycle. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Eckersley to the belt. The kick and the pitch swung on and fouled straight back by Piniella. Well, I know a base hit by Piniella right now would really add to the birthday of Chuck Jones, who is celebrating his 20th down in Tampa, Florida, listening to our broadcast this afternoon on WDAE. Actually, I believe Chuck's birthday is tomorrow, but the game won't be heard down there tomorrow, so it's a premature happy birthday to Chuck Jones. Very best wishes. No balls and a strike on Lou Piniella. I'm trying to think what I did on my 20th birthday. I didn't listen to a ball game, I know that. Pitch high and tight. Not available. Well, I would have been listening.
I was going to say that.
1 ball and 1 strike. Doggone, it's been so long ago, I really don't remember. I'll be honest with you.
Trying before radio. Huh?
Well, Marconi and I were discussing it. 1-1 pitch to Lou. 2 on, 2 gone. Foul back over the roof on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it just dawned on me what I was doing. I should have known. Should have known right away.
What was that, Frank?
You should know. We're celebrating. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Piniella. Fisk went halfway out the mound to talk to his pitcher. That was the little break right there. Hobson playing Piniella deep behind the bag at third. Everybody else straightens up. And the pitch. Popped up down the right field line. This is going to be trouble. It's going to be a foul ball and will not be caught. It's in the stands. The wind really carried that one. Started out way fair, and then the wind took it foul. So everybody will go back. Breeze had let up just a little bit for a while. Now it is blowing very strong again from left field directly across toward the right field line. The wind at a steady 26 miles an hour and gusting up to 39 miles an hour here in Boston today. Definitely a factor in this ball game. Piniella steps out. Now he's back in again. Chambliss leads away at second. Nettles off first. Eckersley looks to Fisk. Has the sign. Comes set. Double checks and the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Freddie Lynn coming in as the wind carries it, still running, and now the ball drops in. The wind carried it away from everybody. Chambliss scores. Piniella goes to second and Nettles to third. That started out as a routine fly ball to center field. The wind caught it and brought it back not only away from Lynn, but also away from Duffy, the second baseman, who had gone out. A wind-blown double for sure, and a run batted in for Piniella.
Frank, unbelievable. Everybody on the Red Sox field is running after that ball. Here comes Don Zimmer, the manager of the Boston Red Sox. He wants to calm his pitcher down right here. And also to tell him to walk, I believe, Roy White, or to pitch carefully to Roy White.
There's a break in the action with a score. The Yankees won, the Red Sox nothing.
This is Mel Allen. You know, if pitchers like Hunter and Guidry and Lyle want to see someone with a really great delivery, they ought to pick up a phone and call Emery. By the way, not only is Emery's delivery great, they also make quick pickups, even on the telephone. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
Hey, Carlton Fisk back behind the plate. The manager of the Red Sox, Don Zimmer, jogs into the dugout, and they will walk Roy White. Of course, a lot of managers like to go out, Frank, and tell the pitcher and the catcher to pitch around a guy like Roy White. But there's a problem. It's a very difficult thing to do. If they make a bad pitch, it can be slapped for a single or a double. Best thing to do in a situation like this, walk them. 4 balls, intentional.
And I don't like the idea that is prescribed to by some to just say we're going to walk him. I like to see him throw those 4 pitches. That one almost tailed back over the plate. Fisk had to jump back to his right. There's ball 4, and White is put on, the second intentional walk of the inning. And it loads the bases for Bucky Dent. The Yankees lead 1-0. We've been talking about the wind. I was talking about it through the first 3 innings over on television. It has to be a very definite factor, and we saw it come into play on Pinella's fly ball. Was blown away from not only Lynn, but also from Duffy. Looked like a Chinese fire drill, the way they were running around with that pop-up into center field. And it finally fell in safely.
And Frank, Eckersley's fastball tails in the right-hand hitter. Bucky Dent powers on the ball inside, likes the ball in.
All right, here's the pitch to him, and it is popped up, and that'll come foul back out of play and on the roof. Yankees lead 1-0 for Pinella, his 31st double and 56th run batted in of the year. He's out at second, White at first, and Nettles over at third. No balls, 1 strike to Bucky Dent. And the pitch from Eckersley. Foul back over the roof. Strike 2. The Yankees have cut the gap to 2 games. At one time, the Red Sox had a 14.5 game lead. That was at the All-Star break. Eckersley peers in, takes the sign, and the pitch. A bit low. Since July the 19th, the Yankees have won 37 games and lost 14. The Red Sox have won 24 and lost 26. And therein lies the tale. The Yankees overcoming the 14-game lead and now trail by only 2. Eckersley peers in, and Dent steps out. Big change in Bucky Dent now that the leg has come around. He doesn't have to wear the shin guard on the left leg. A hamstring pull is healed. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play on the right side. George Scott gives it a run, but it'll be in the seats. Bill White and I were discussing, Bill especially surprised that the Red Sox ran in the early innings going for the sacrifice bunt 3 times, twice with Lynn and once with Scott.
Frank, I'm not really surprised because most of the clubs that Guidry has pitched against lately have sacrificed early in the game. They figure that Guidry's so hot they have to fight for that 1-2 runs and then hope to hold the Yankees.
All right, the 1-2 to Dent. Line, base hit into left center field. Here comes Nettles. Here comes Pinella. The ball is booted by Yastrzemski. Dent on his way to second. The throw there, he's safe. Roy White goes to third, and the Yankees lead 3-0. A clutch single by Bucky Dent. A clutch single driving in 2, and an error will be charged to Yastrzemski, allowing Dent to go to second.
Frank, Eckersley made some good pitches on Dent, especially the ball he fouled off out of play, out of the reach of George Scott. That ball there he threw, and he got it on the inner part of the plate, and Bucky Dent once again slapped that ball in a big clutch RBI, 2 RBI single for Bucky Dent.
All right, the Yankees leading 3-0. Mickey Rivers up. First base is open. Dent at second. White at third. Blake has popped up and fouled out to the catcher. He's popped up twice, actually. And the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. The Yankees now with 3 runs on 5 hits. Eckersley kicks and offers. High outside, ball 2. Willie Randolph is on deck. The single was Bucky Dent's 4th hit of this series. And a key base hit it was. The pitch coming. Fouled over the roof on the left side. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Mickey Rivers. Tomorrow afternoon, Ed Figueroa will pitch for the Yankees against rookie Bobby Sproul. Eckersley's pitch. Down low. See a little footnote story tomorrow afternoon. Bobby Sproul pitching for the Boston Red Sox. He and Mike Heath, the Yankees' young catcher, formed a American Legion ball battery down in Tampa, Florida. 3-1 pitch. Line to left field. Base hit. Here comes White. Here comes Dent. The throw toward the plate way off line, and Rivers goes to second. The Yankees lead 5-0. Mickey Rivers lining it down into the left field corner. They'll score on a single, moving to second base on the throw. 2 runs batted in. It's a 5-0 ball game, Yankees.
Cranked the ball out over the plate. Mickey Rivers just spewing for the ball, slapped that ball into left field. Once again, Rivers, a very tough out, tough man to pitch to. Throw the ball inside on Mickey. He can pop the ball out of the park and throw it outside. He can slap the ball the other way. Very tough out and a big single for Mickey Rivers. And Mickey advances to second on the throw.
Tom Bergmeyer starts throwing in the Boston bullpen, and Willie Randolph steps in. The Yankees are batted around as Randolph swings and misses. Pitch out of the strike zone. Fisk had to scramble on his knees to his right. The Yankees continue the big inning here at Fenway, scoring 5 runs here in the 4th. Randolph, the 9th man up. The pitch to him. Low outside. He took this one. Randolph tried to bunt his way out in the 1st inning, was thrown out by Hobson. Then he struck out in the 3rd. The single for Rivers was his 5th hit in 10 trips in this series. Eckersley deals. And a wild pitch past Fisk. And Rivers goes to 3rd. 2 balls and a strike.
Frank, the Yankees are playing this series when they come in here Thursday night like they had to win 4 straight games. It looked like the season was going to end on Sunday, and they had to win all 4 games to win it. Amazing baseball. Great attitude, great atmosphere in the clubhouse.
This is a pivotal game. If the Yankees win this ball game, they know that regardless of what happens tomorrow, they will have picked up 2 games in this 4-game series. Eckersley is ready. Delivers high. 3 balls, 1 strike to Willie Randolph, with Mickey Rivers now at 3rd following the wild pitch. Eckersley turns it loose and walks in. Randolph walks on a high pitch, ball 4. Zimmer is poised on the dugout steps. Thurman Munson, the batter, and I think the fact that the Yankees have a right-hand hitter coming up is the only thing keeping Eckersley in the ball game right now.
In fact, of course, when you have your best pitcher, your most effective pitcher on the mound, he's 9-0 here in Boston, you like to go all the way with him, even if he has some tough spots. Of course, the Red Sox pitching staff getting banged around pretty well by the Yankees since they came to town Thursday.
Thurman Munson led the inning off with a single to right field. Then he was doubled off first when Yastrzemski made an unbelievable catch on Jackson's fly ball in the left field corner. The pitch to Thurman. Randolph goes, and Thurman fouls it off in a check swing. Randolph had the base stolen, and Munson, trying to check his swing, fouled it off. I think Thurman that time was just trying to stick the bat out there and legally interfere with Fisk, but he made contact and fouled it back. So Randolph will lose a sure stolen base. Walks slowly back to first. He had a great jump on Eckersley and had the base stolen. He might have been in there standing up.
Well, Frank, that was one of the things the Cleveland Indians used to complain about, is Eckersley did not get the ball to the catcher quick enough and did not have a good move to first base.
1 strike pitch to Munson. He swings and he misses. Strike 2. Yastrzemski plays Munson straight away. So does Lynn. The right fielder, Rice, shades him towards center. There's a gap down the right field line. Of course, the right side of the infield is wide open with Scott holding Randolph on. And Duffy shaded. Randolph goes. Munson swings, loops one out into center field. Lynn coming on, can't get to it. It drops in for the base hit. One run scores. Randolph is held up at third, and Munson has singled to drive in the Yankees' 6th run, and that's going to be all for Eckersley. Zimmer is on his way out. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
75 degrees and clear at 3:31. This is WINS, New York.
Zimmer is out to make a pitching change, so while Bergmeyer comes in, there's a break in the action with a score. The Yankees 6 and the Red Sox nothing.
This is Mel Allen. Some air freight companies have a lot of speed but no control. Thanks to Emery's computer tracking system, Emery's not one of them. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Oh, Don Zimmer, the manager of the Boston Red Sox, awaits left-hander Tom Bergmeyer. We have a message for our listeners in the New York metropolitan area. This Tuesday, September 12th, for one day only, the New York Yankee baseball will be heard on WVNJ, the voice of New Jersey, 620 on the AM dial. This change is due to Wynn's coverage of the New York primary on that day. That's Tuesday, September 12th. New York Yankee baseball will be heard on WVNJ 620 on the AM dial. Pre-game show time is 7:45. Game time, 8 p.m. Hey, Tom Bergmeyer on the mound. He'll take his 8 warm-up tosses. Carlton 5th back behind the plate. And the manager of the Red Sox, Don Zimmer, in the dugout. Gene Michaels talking to Thurman Munson, who just singled for the 2nd time this inning and driven in a run. Frank, in football, they talk about the killer instinct. It's just amazing. The Yankees coming into town Thursday, it looks like they have the killer instinct. They have to get back into the pennant race. They had an opportunity. They took it.
If you're listening to this on any YouTube channel other than Classic Baseball on the Radio, be sure to check out the YouTube channel Classic Baseball on the Radio. This game was first posted.
Game on the Red Sox. It'll be one game out at the finale tomorrow in this 4-game series. So a big game right here. They have their ace going, Ron Guidry.
And the Yankees now in this series in 22 innings have scored 34 runs on 45 hits. Just annihilating the Red Sox here in Boston. Reggie Jackson will be the first man to bat against the left-hander Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer pitched briefly night before last. And Jackson, who has struck out and flied out into the double play, 0 for 2. Just a great catch by Yastrzemski to rob Jackson of an extra base hit. And Thurman Munson running was doubled off first base. That was earlier in this inning. Randolph at third, Munson at first. The pitch to Reggie, foul back. I think Bergmeyer may have got away with one there. It looked like he hung that breaking ball, and Jackson just missed it.
Yes, he did, Frank.
He fouled it back, but Bergmeyer can breathe a sigh of relief. He hung one, and Reggie just did not handle it. The Yankees with 6 runs here in the 4th, leading 6-0. Trying to cut the Red Sox lead down to 1 game. Randolph off third, Munson off first. The pitch to Reggie misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. Another breaking pitch from Bergmeyer. Reggie Jackson has hit 334 home runs in his career, 33rd among the all-time players in the major leagues. Consider the thousands of men and the great players in the major leagues, that is moving into very exclusive company. Bergmeyer's pitch in the dirt, gets around fifth. Here comes Randolph. He scores, and the Yankees lead 7-0. Munson down to second. Wild pitch. Pass ball. They call it a pass ball. It was in the dirt, but they give him a pass ball.
I think it's tough for us to tell up here. It looked like the ball should have been handled. Yes, the ball looked like it should have been handled, and ball Right by Carlton Fisk. Fisk, a good defensive catcher, should have caught that ball.
All right, so charge Fisk with a pass ball. Run number 7 scores. The count on Jackson is 2 balls and a strike. Munson at second, and Reggie grounds one foul outside of first. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jackson. Munson looks around to check the position of the outfielders. And the pitch coming high and inside, and Jackson goes down. Reggie is spun by a high inside pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Reggie picks himself up, walks around, smooths the dirt out a little bit. Thinks about it. The count is 3-2. Bergmeyer with the ball behind the left hip. Picks up the sign from Fisk. Munson leads away from second. 3-2 pitch to Jackson. Foul back and out of play.
Frank, he got away with another hanging curveball right there. What happens many times when you hang a curveball, the batter, his eyes explode. He sees this curveball, and then he tries to muscle up. So what happens, he just pops that ball back, fouled off.
You're right, Brad. I think sometimes it really throws a batter off stride. He'll commit himself maybe a little too quickly. All right, 3-2 again to him. And knocks him down, ball 4. Jackson is knocked down again and draws the walk. Yankees bring up their 12th hitter of the inning, Chris Chambliss. Chris doubled. All the Yankees scoring here has come after 2 men were out, incidentally. Munson led it off with a single, then was doubled out first when Jackson's fly ball was caught by Yastrzemski. Then Chambliss doubled, Nettles was walked, Piniella doubled, White was walked, Dent singled, Rivers singled, Randolph walked, Munson singled, and now Jackson has been walked. And the pitch is high and tight to Chris Chambliss. In reality, Chambliss led off the scoring parade with his double. That was after 2 men were out. Pitch coming to him. Strike call. 1-1. All 7 runs are charged to the record of Eckersley. Munson at second base, also Eckersley's responsibility. Bergmeyer pitches. Curveball is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chambliss. 7 runs after 2 men were out. 2 outs and nobody on when the parade started. Bergmeyer to the belt. The pitch hit deep to center field, but Lynn will be there and makes the catch. The side is retired, but the Yankees bat 12 men, score 7 runs, and at the end of 3 1/2, it's New York 7 and Boston nothing.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
100 years ago, a small company started lending money to consumers, and household finance was born. From the beginning, we've treated our customers with a concern for their needs and a belief that at HFC we really do help people get the most out of life. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC. Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle.
Attention homeowners, be sure to watch for the Rickle Truckload Sales Circular in your Sunday newspaper. In it, you'll find fantastic values for your home inside and out. Save on plumbing, paint and paneling, lumber, hardware, housewares, and more. Right here, Carlton Fisk steps in to face Ron Guidry. Fisk will be followed by Bob Bailey and then George Scott. Frank?
Fisk, a right-hand hitter, was called out on strikes in the first inning, and he looks at a strike here. Guidry has struck out 2 men in the ball game. He has walked 2 and allowed 2 hits. Yankees lead 7-0. The next pitch, fastball hit his bat and fouled back. This did not swing. Ball just hit the bat and fouled off for strike 2. When the Yankees move on to Detroit after tomorrow's ball game with an off day Monday, the Baltimore Orioles will be coming into Boston. Swing and a foul at Munson's feet. Oh, Munson tried to steal that when he reached down and grabbed it real quick. But plate umpire Garcia saw it hit the ground. The Red Sox have had a little trouble this year with the Orioles. They have won 7 while losing 6 to Baltimore. Orioles may have Palmer in one of those games. There's a foul back, and the wind will blow it out of play. Munson gives it a run, but it's back about 6 rows deep. Count holds 0-2 on Carlton Fisk. Fisk has shown a lot of people something, playing with a broken rib that is very, very painful. Just will not come out of a ball game. They did rest him Friday night after he had doubled and homered. The Yankees had built up an insurmountable lead. He takes the ball up high, 1-2.
And Frank, I'm sure the Red Sox feel this is insurmountable. The Yankees have the best pitcher in baseball throwing for them today, Ron Guidry.
1-2 pitch, down low. I had a late supper last night after the ball game with pitching coach Art Fowler, talking about today's game, about Guidry going out there, and Art said, you know, just get Guidry 5 or 6 runs, he's going to be all right. Well, they got him 7. The pitch, you may think I was facetious. Pitch was high, but I'll tell you, this ballpark with a left-hander pitching, no matter how good he is, Red Sox, you never feel safe, really. The Yankees lead at 7-0, 3-2 on Fisk, and Guidry turns it loose and fouled back. This is where the Red Sox have built up their lead against Eastern clubs. They beat Baltimore 7, lost to them 6. They have a 7-6 record with Cleveland. The Indians have played the Red Sox very tough. Boston has had little trouble with Detroit, winning 6, losing 2. They finished their season series with Milwaukee. They won 10 and lost 5. This fouls another one back. Against the Yankees now, the Red Sox are 6-4. Against Toronto, they are 6-3. And their final games this year will be against Detroit and Toronto. Pitch coming. Walked him. Down low. Fisk is on. In every inning, the Red Sox have had the leadoff batter on. For the last 3 innings, Guidry has walked the leadoff man. Bob Bailey will step in, the designated hitter, right-hand batter. Guidry walked Bailey leading off the second. One thing about it, you won't see the Bo Sox sacrificing anymore now. In each of the first 3 innings with the leadoff man on, they had the number 2 hitter sacrifice, and it worked each time. But in every occasion, the base runner then died, twice at second, once at third. The pitch is low for a ball. This one is high outside. Bouncing ball is short, could be 2. Out at second, back to first, double play. Dent to Randolph to Chambliss, an easy double play, and there were 2 down. I'm just looking at the Red Sox schedule, Fran Healy. They wind up the season. After they play the Yankees in New York next weekend, they face only 2 teams the rest of the season, Detroit and Toronto. 13 games.
Very interesting.
What does that mean? Over the same period, let's see who the Yankees will be playing. Milwaukee, Toronto, and Cleveland. George Scott, the batter, and takes low for a ball. So you'd think the Yankees would have a little bit the tougher schedule with those 2 games against Milwaukee. Next pitch, up high. 2 balls and no strikes to Scott. 2 outs and nobody on. It rewinds, kicks and deals. Bouncing ball is hit to Randolph. When he's got it, throws on to first to retire the side. At the end of 4, it's the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing. Listen to that crowd, Phil, shouting for their hero, Reggie Jackson, the first man ever to hit 5 home runs in one series. He set 9 records last year, and why are you shaking your head?
Well, they're not shouting for Reggie Jackson. They're shouting for Reggie, the new candy hit.
Now, don't be absurd.
Well, that crowd is hungry, Frank, for chewy caramel, crunchy peanuts, chocolatey coating.
Quick, give me a bite of your Reggie.
No.
But all that shouting made me hungry, too.
No.
I'll scream, Reggie! Reggie! I'll outshout the crowd.
This is so embarrassing.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. Welcome home. So just lay bud. And for the king of years, and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of blood is like an easy chair. When you're in wide you get it all right. When you're in wide you get it all right. When you're in Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Greg Nettles, who was intentionally walked in the 4th inning, the big inning in which the Yankees scored 7 runs, leads it off here, top of the 5th inning. The score, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing. Frank?
Hi, Brad Haley. Prior to that walk, Greg singled in the 2nd, extending his hitting streak to 9 games. Bergmeyer's pitch is bounced to the right side. Scott backs off, has it. Bergmeyer covers, and he's out, 3-1. That'll bring up Lou Piniella. He had a key base hit in the 4th inning when he doubled to center field. Wynn chased the ball around, blew it away from Lynn, and also from the second baseman, Duffy. Well, the win on the Yankees side so far in this game. That was a big play. Kept the inning going, drove in a run. Piniella later scored. He's 1 for 2. Right-hand hitter deep in the box. They play him the pull and the pitch. Outside, the shortstop, Burleson, is well over in the hole. Right fielder Rice is over in the gap in right center field. Lynn straight away, and so is the left fielder, Yastrzemski. Curve drops in for a strike. 1-1. One out, nobody out. The Yankees lead 7-0 here in the 5th inning. Bergmeyer's pitch. Line out to right field. Rice, though, backing off and makes the catch. Well, Rice had him played perfectly. All he had to do was back up about 3 or 4 steps and grab that one. 2 down. Roy White has grounded out, been intentionally walked. He has scored a run. The Yankees scored 7 runs on 7 hits. There was an error by Yastrzemski in the 4th inning, plus a great catch by Carl. The Yankees left 2 men on. Pitch to Roy. Fastball outside.
Rivers drove in 2 runs. Dent drove in 2. Munson 1 and Pinella 1. Another run scored on a pass ball. Ground ball is hit to third and under Hobson's glove. That may be an error, and White is on. Hobson charged to his left, trying to make a one-hand pickup. The ball skipped under his glove, and we'll wait for the score. They'll give Roy a base hit. Base hit for White, the Yanks' 8th hit in the ball game. The first hit off Bergmeyer, and Bucky Dent, the batter. Swart single drove in 2 runs. Now they change it. They make it an error. They put a hit up on the scoreboard. Now they charge it as an error. Pitch to Dent. Down low. I may be premature in saying they changed it. The official score may have not decided. The scoreboard man may have taken it upon himself to put it up. So it is an error charged to Hobson. Next pitch to Bucky, fouled off the catcher fist. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, strike 2 call. The advertisers up here getting a little smarter. Had a politician flying advertising slogans over the field the other night. The Yankees had built up about a 10 or 12 run lead. That wasn't too smart. Now they've changed. Ground ball is hit to third, smothered by Hobson. He's up, throws to second in time. They force White, and the side is retired. At the end of 4.5, it's New York 7 and Boston nothing.
Hey, how about a bacon that cooks up crisp and lean every time you put it in the skillet? Great bacon. Great special cut bacon by Colonial. Special cut from the best part of the bacon for leanness and great taste. That's how Colonial makes sure that every time you get special cut bacon, you'll be serving the kind of quality and hearty flavor families love bacon for. So Sunday morning or any morning, serve the bacon that's always great. Special cut bacon. Cut from where the bacon is best so it tastes best. Colonial makes it. You and your 78 Plymouth Arrow. It's a lot more than just fun.
Wherever we go, everyone knows it's me and my Arrow.
It's standard tinted glass, tilt wheel, and reclining buckets. It's a wide hatch and fold-down rear seat. And then, of course, it is fun. It's not just a car you can handle. It's a gasoline bill you can handle, too. Because for $78, every Arrow features air injection in our new MCA jet system. And while your mileage may differ, an Arrow with our standard 1600cc engine and manual transmission is EPA rated at 39 highway, 29 city. The 78 Arrow. Miles and miles of heart.
After the Red Sox, the tough Milwaukee Brewers will be at the stadium Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th. Heisel, Bando, and Money and Company have given the Yanks a lot of trouble this year, holding a 9-4 edge in the season series. It'll be an interesting series, and good seats still available. Right now, Butch Hobson steps in, bottom of the 5th inning. The score? The Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing. Frank?
All right, Hobson fouled out to Munson his first trip. Right-hand batter swings and fouls one straight back off the front of the press box. Strike 1. Started to say a while ago, the advertisers up here are getting smarter. Politicians give it up, and now they got beer ads being flown over the stadium. And there's one line to left field. That's going to be a foul ball. The way things have been going for the Yankees in this series and against the Red Sox, going to drive some of the good folks up here to imbibing more. This pitch is down low, and the count is 1-2 to Hobson. You got a feel for this kid.
He's playing hurt, bad leg, bad elbow, trying to battle it out. Pitch, fouled out of play on the right side.
Frank, I was in the Red Sox clubhouse prior to last night's ball game. Hobson had both legs bandaged up, plus the elbow. So he's playing in pain. Got to give him a lot of respect.
Guidry winds, kicks and delivers, foul back. Hobson's leg will not let him get down on ground balls. We saw that happen a moment ago when Roy White's grounder got underneath his glove. We've seen him make some bad throws because of the chips in the elbow. 1-2 pitch again, low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That plays him way over in the hole at shortstop. The outfield is not too deep, except for the left fielder, Roy White. The pitch coming, low and inside, ball 3. Guidry in this game has walked 3. He has struck out 2, and he has allowed 2 hits. Swing and a miss. Guidry struck out Hobson with a high fastball, and we'll pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
And it's 75 degrees and clear at 3:57 WINS New York.
Frank, Guidry struck out Hobson on an overpowering fastball up high. Very difficult pitch to hit that high fastball, and especially off Ron Guidry. Many people confused, wonder how Guidry gets that good fastball. He has very strong legs, good arm speed, and when he's about to release the ball, he has a flick with his wrist, and very important in velocity.
All right, he'll work it out now on Frank Duffy. High, ball 1. Duffy was called out on strikes to end the second inning. Guidry now owns second place on the all-time Yankee strikeout list for season. Swing and a miss. He has now struck out 218 men, passing Al Downing, and Jack Chesbrough with 239 is the only man who has struck out more as a Yankee in one season. Strike 3 is called. No, strike 2 is called. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, Guidry probably have 4 more starts left this year. Struck him out swinging. Two down. This is the first inning the Red Sox have not had their leadoff batter aboard. Burleson single in the first, and a walk to Bailey in the second, a walk to Burleson in the third, a walk to Fisk in the fourth. Burleson steps in and he takes a strike. He is singled and walked. The Yankees lead 7-0. Guidry offers, foul back over the roof on the right side. Yankees have just been devastating so far. This pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-2 on Burleson. Burleson was hurt for a while, out of the ball game. Quite a few games. Red Sox slumped a bit then. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Just overpowered him. And Guidry has struck out the side. At the end of 5, it's New York 7 and Boston nothing.
Is done. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So gently, good.
Yeah, Budweiser. Absolutely the best way to call it a day. Any day. You know what I mean. But when you say Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis. They came from across the sea, from Japan, Germany, England, Italy. Bright and eager to show what they could do. They were foreigners in a foreign land. But one thing that was true in the old country was also true in the new.
you can't buy a better club for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better club no matter where you are than Champion. Champion, number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car.
Imports from every
every country find America is the land of opportunity. The opportunity to use Champion, the world's best-selling spark plug. The plug that wins more big races. For imports, you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a...
75 degrees and clear at 401 WINS 1010 New York. The top stories right now. A Cuban exile group claims responsibility for a bomb that went off outside the Cuban UN mission on East 67th Street. The number of confirmed Legionnaire's disease cases goes to 6. A convicted murderer confined to a wheelchair escapes from prison in Beacon, New York. And Jimmy Connors advances to the finals in the U.S. Tennis Open Championship.
Mickey Rivers takes the pitch inside for a ball as we go to the 6th inning. Rivers had a clutch hit, driving in 2 runs in the 7-run 4th with a single to left field. He also scored a run. He swings on this one, fouls it out of play. It was an off-speed pitch from Bergmeyer. Fouled it out of play on the left side. 1-1 on Mick the Quick. Rivers has had 5 hits in the series in 10 at-bats. Bergmeyer relieved in the 4th inning when the Yankees scored 7 times. The pitch is bounced slowly to the right side of the mound. Bergmeyer has it and flips to Scott. Rivers is out. 1 down and Randolph up. Willie has been thrown out by the third baseman Hobson on a bunt. Struck out and walked. He has scored a run. All 7 runs were charged to Eckersley, who worked 3 2/3 innings, allowed 7 runs, 6 earned, 7 hits, walked 3, struck out 3, hit a batter, and threw a wild pitch. Curveball is over on Randolph, strike 1. The Yankees lead 7-0. Bergmeyer, stockily built left-hander, straightens up, kicks and deals, curve inside. Hey, don't forget, there are just a few bleacher seats remaining for next weekend series at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox. They're on sale right now at the stadium, advanced ticket office only. They'll be on sale until 5 this afternoon. And if any are left, which I doubt, they will go on sale again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. But I sort of doubt there will be any. That is not definite, but they're going fast. They are on sale this afternoon until 5 at the stadium. 2-1 pitch to Randolph is high, and it's ball 3. Yankees are trying to alleviate congestion and traffic jams for the next weekend series by selling the entire ballpark in advance. The 3-1 pitch. Low, Randolph walks. That is the second walk by Bergmeyer and the 5th by Boston pitching in this game. Thurman Munson will step in. Thurman has been hit by a pitch, singled twice, driven in a run. If you weren't with us, the Yankees scored 7 runs after 2 men were out with nobody out in the 4th inning. Munson opened that inning with a single, but he was doubled off first when Yastrzemski made a near unbelievable catch on Reggie Jackson's fly ball in the left field corner and relayed to first to get Munson. He hits this one deep to left field. This one's either going to be off the wall or on it. No! Yastrzemski caught it! I can't believe it! Yastrzemski, with the wind holding the ball up, dove and caught it on the warning track.
Frank, an unbelievable
play. Oh,
unbelievable by Carl Yastrzemski. Thurman Munson hit the ball very well. The wind kept the ball up. Yastrzemski got over to it, made a tremendous catch, and slid across the warning track. Second great play by Carl Yastrzemski this afternoon.
Boy, I still can't believe it. I can't believe that ball didn't hit the wall, but that wind, as we talked about before, held it in play, and Yastrzemski even gets a hand from the Yankee fans here at Fenway Park for a great, great diving catch. 2 outs, Reggie Jackson up. Reggie is 0 for 2. Yastrzemski robbed Jackson of an extra base hit. Reggie takes high and in for a ball. Unbelievable play by the 40-year-old left fielder of the Red Sox, Carl Yastrzemski. 2 of them now. Reggie on a check swing, grounds it to third. Hobson scoops it up. Short arms it over to first base and throws him out. For the Yankees, no runs, a man left at the end of 5 1/2. The score, New York 7 and Boston nothing.
Got a bale and haul some hay.
Gotta stay right today.
Gotta drop the children off. First I gotta stop at golf. People all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making them stop along the way. Let's go, let's stop. Let's keep America going.
We give people some pretty solid reasons to stop and go. Like gasolines that are adjusted for better performance in your part of the country. And the motor oil so good it exceeds the recommendations of all U.S. car makers. And when it comes to stations, Gulf gives you a choice of traditional full service or the convenience and savings of our new self-serve stations. Some of our stations even offer a choice of both. Got somewhere to go? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop and go.
I'm gonna send you and your one transmission back to the country you came from. You're trying to destroy me.
Don't send your foreign car into exile. Come to AMCO Transmissions. We have a thorough understanding of foreign cars. In fact, AMCO expertise has reunited more owners with their foreign cars than any other transmission specialist. At AMCO, we'll put you and your cars back together again.
Hey, now you're speaking my language.
In the National League, going into today's action, the Eastern Division, the Phillies 3 games in front of the Pirates. The Cubs 7.5 games back. The Expos 11 games out. The Cardinals 17 back. And the New York Mets find themselves in the cellar, 21 games out of first place. In the Western Division, the Dodgers with a 3-game lead over the Giants. Cincy 7.5 back. San Diego 11.5. Houston 18.5. And the Braves 23 games out of first place. Fred Lynn steps in to face Ron Gidry. Frank?
Okay, Fran. Lynn is sacrificed both times up, swings and fouls one over toward the Boston dugout. In the first inning, after Burleson singled to open the inning, they called on Lynn to sacrifice, and he did. Then in the third, when Burleson walked to open the inning, Lynn sacrificed again, but to no avail. Both times he moved the man up, but they couldn't score. He hits this one in the air to center field. Paul Blair digging hard, coming in, still coming, and makes the catch. Blair, replacing Rivers in center field, came running hard and picked it off. He was almost to the infield when he made the catch. One out, and Jim Rice will step in. Now, Paul Blair replacing Rivers in center field in deference to Mickey's leg problems. Made a great running catch coming in on Lynn. Rice steps in. Jim has singled and grounded out both times to shortstop. He beat on an infield hit to Bucky in the first and grounded out sharply in the third. He swings and he misses. Strike one. The Yankees lead 7-0. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Guidry's next pitch is hit on the ground at third. Nettles is up. Throws low, and Chambliss scoops it. He's out. Rather a nonchalant throw that time by Nettles in the dirt, and Chambliss had to scoop it on the short hop. 2 away, and the hand is for Carl Yastrzemski. Quite an ovation for Carl in recognition of 2 outstanding catches in left field. At the plate, he has grounded out twice. Guidry's pitch is hit in the air to center field. Blair drifting back, flips the glasses under it, and makes the catch. And an easy inning for Guidry. 3 up, 3 down. Bill White will carry you along, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. At the end of 6, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
This portion of New York's finest baseball is brought to you by Specs, New York's finest athletic shoes. You know, when it comes to athletic shoes, Specs are a sure thing to take the Triple Crown again this year. Best performance, styling, and durability. Whether you're into basketball, tennis, running, or just hanging around looking good, you should be into Specs. Catch up with the Specs athletic shoes at over 600 fine stores in and around New York City. When you step into your specs, you're ready to step out.
The day is done. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So gently, and for the time of years, and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of blood is like an easy share when you're big Budweiser. It's absolutely the best way to call it a day, and that's any day. You know what I mean? When you're big Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
On the American League scoreboard, it's Chicago 3, Seattle 3 after 6. Baltimore, Toronto, a night game. Detroit 4, Cleveland 2 after 4.5. Texas and Oakland, a night game. Milwaukee 3, Minnesota nothing after 5.5. Kansas City at California in a big night game. Chris Chambliss steps in to face Tom Bergmeyer. Top of the 7th inning to score the Yankees 7. The Red Sox nothing. Here with the play-by-play, Bill White.
All right, Fran. Chambliss in the ballgame is 1 for 3. He's doubled and scored, fly to center field twice. Swings on the first pitch and misses. No balls and a strike. The Yankees 7 runs on 7 base hits. They scored all 7 runs in the 4th inning. The Red Sox no runs on just 2 base hits against Ron Guidry. Chambliss, well, he tried to check the swing. The ball just nicked the bat, so it's no balls, 2 strikes. Fish tried to get out of the way of ball inside. Now Bergmeyer's 0-2 pitch to Chambliss. Loop foul outside of third base and back in the seats. Still 0-2. It'll be Chambliss, Nettles, and then Lou Piniella for the Yankees in the 7th inning. Wind really whipping around out there. Pitch to Chambliss. Curveball swung on and missed.
And now 20 seconds for our local station to identify themselves.
75 degrees and clear at 4:13. This is WINS 1010 New York. This is the top story right now. A Cuban exile group has claimed responsibility for a bomb that went off outside the Cuban UN mission on East 67th Street. The number of confirmed Legionnaire's disease cases has gone to 6, and Connors wins in Flushing. Greg Nettles the batter, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Nettles a single. He's been intentionally passed and scored, and he's bounced to first. So Greg is 1 for 2. The next pitch swung on, hit deep to right field. Rice is going back up against the wall and makes the catch right up against the wall. Leaning on the wall in front of the Yankee bullpen. And they're 2 outs. Greg Nettles trying to get his 24th home run of the year, just missed. That'll bring on Lou Piniella. He has struck out, doubled, and scored. Driven in a run, he's flied to right field. Pinella's 1 for 3. Red Sox straighten up for Piniella, with Yastrzemski playing in close in left field. I'm going to call him Yaz. Here's a pitch to Piniella. Curveball is bounced foul outside of third base. Well, so far, these first 3 games has been all Yankees. They won 15-3 here Thursday night, 13-2 last night, 21 hits Thursday, 17 last night. First 2 games, 2 home runs, 3 triples, 2 triples, 3 doubles, 6 walks, 1 hit batter, 9 errors by the Red Sox. They made 2 this afternoon. Pitch. Fouled straight back by Piniella, and no balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Roy White.
Another big crowd here at Fenway. They had 34,000 plus in the opener, 33 plus last night. They'll have another 33 plus here this afternoon. Now Bergmeyer looks in for sign. He rocks. The 2-strike pitch. Swung on line, base hit left field. And Piniella continues his hot hitting. He's now 2 for 4, and he'll hold at first base. Number 6, Roy White. Piniella now has 7 hits, Fran, over the first 3 ball games. 1 more to go.
He gets better with age. Lou Piniella, a good hitter with Kansas City and a decent outfielder, a better outfielder today here with the Yankees, and a better hitter. For his knowledge, experience, helps out.
White's bounce out. Intensely passed and scored. Got on an error and takes a strike. They gave Hobson a tough error last time White was up. The ball was hit to Butch's left. He went to get the ball, went under the glove, and the shortstop Burleson also could not get to the ball. The official scorer gave Hobson the error. Too low. A 1-1. I'd already given White a base hit.
Would you?
Sure. They don't like Hobson anymore up here. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Curveball is high. 2-1. You've got to admire Butch playing with that bad elbow.
Without a doubt. Of course, if I was the hitter, I would want to hit. If I was the pitcher, be a little bit concerned about the official score if he gave him a hit.
Now the set. And the 2-1 pitch to White. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Lou Piniella at first base for 2 outs. Yankees lead 7-0. Yankees batting in the top half of the 7th inning. Hit by Piniella, the Yankees 8th. Bergmeyer bends forward, gets his sign. Now he deals. Fastball hit to center field. Lynn right there. Makes the catch and the side is retired. No runs. The base hit and the man left on base. At the end of 6.5, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Here's a message of special interest to New Jersey residents from Household Finance.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
Your home could provide a way for you to get the most out of life. With an HFC homeowner loan, you could use the equity you have in your home to help pay for your children's education. Get a new car, or take that long overdue vacation you've been promising yourself. Equity is the difference between what you owe on your home and what it's worth today. And it could be the money you need to get the most out of life. Ask about the homeowner loan from Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
In New Jersey, secondary mortgage loans are available from $2,500 to $25,000. See your phone book for the HFC office nearest you.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom Battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco. You're welcome.
They got the stuff when the start is tough. You can trust the Delco. Thanks, Delco. Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
In the National League, all night games today. Pittsburgh at New York, San Francisco at Cincinnati, St. Louis at Philadelphia, Chicago and Montreal, the Dodgers in Atlanta, and the Padres in the Dome in Houston. Right here, the bottom of the 7th inning, Carlton Fisk steps in to face Ron Gibson. Bill?
Fisk is struck out and walked, so he's 0 for 1. Big right-handed hitter. He's 3 for 6 in the series. Got a new left fielder for the Yankees, Jay Johnstone. Just checks the swing, bounces one to second base. Randolph digs it out, throws on the first and got Carlton. Well, Guidry lost his glove, and he might be hurt. Might have pulled a leg muscle. That ball just eluded him. He stretched for it, lost his glove, went on to Randolph, and Willie picked the ball up and threw Fisk out. And Guidry now pointing down to a spot in front of the mound where he slipped. So the Yankees now have Jay Johnstone in left field replacing Roy White. Paul Blair's in center field, and Lou Piniella's in right. So there's a break in the action here with the Yankees leading 7-0 in the 7th inning.
This is Mel Allen. You know, Emery doesn't put a package through spring training just because it reports in out of shape or overweight. At Emery, they take any size package, any shape, any weight to practically anywhere. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
So Guidry evidently all right. Gene Monahan goes back to the Yankee bench, and Bob Bailey, the designated hitter, stands in. He's walked and grounded into a double play. A right-handed hitter. Takes outside and low, ball one. Bailey, basically a one-pitch hitter, a high fastball hitter. Well, Zimmer has him in the lineup. Guidry throwing a lot of fastballs. Ball's popped up right side. Willie Randolph going back and calling. Now Piniella calls, and Lou is there and makes the catch. 2 outs. Well, the Yankees have handled the balls that the Red Sox have not handled so far in the series, Frank.
Yes, they have, Bill. Of course, the wind, a big factor. Today, the Yankees playing the wind very well. And though you mentioned something interesting here, Bob Bailey, a one-pitch fastball hitter. He's the exception to the rule, really, as you get older. He's kind of like that breaking ball, the off-speed pitch. And, again, the exception to the rule. He's geared for that fastball. With Ron Guidry pitching, he looks like he's starting to swing when Guidry's starting his windup.
There are 2 outs. Here's George Scott. He sacrificed and bounced to second. Scotty's 0 for 1. Yankees lead 7-0. In the bottom of the 7th. Scott bounces one to third. Nettles backs up. Long throw to first base, and plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 7, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. We'll go home. So just be good.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you. But when you say Bud, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
If you drive along the highway or make tracks across the snow, even biking across the country, Champion is the way to go. If you stroll across the skyway or go cruising out the sea, if you're into racing go-karts, Champion is the plug you need. You can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
Champion sparks the winners, too. When your motorcycle needs new spark plugs, choose Champion plugs. Last year, bikes equipped with Champion spark plugs won 14 of the 16 U.S. and World Motorcycle Racing Championships. That's why racers around the world rely on Champions. You know.
For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
All right, here in the 8th inning, the Yankees lead 7-0, and Bucky Dent will lead off for the Yankees. He's flied to center field, singled in 2 runs. That was a key single in that 4th inning. He's also forced a runner at second base. Bucky now batting at .257 with 4 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Bucky has now hit in 9 straight ball games, so has Greg Nettles. Tom Bergmeyer rocks and deals the first pitch to Dent. Called strike, a fastball. Bucky now 4 home runs, 34 runs batted in.
Here's today's attendance. 33,611.
Called strike on the inside corner.
Attendance at Fenway Park passes the 2 million mark for the 2nd year in a row. The first 2 times.
No balls and 2 strikes on Bucky Dent.
After today, 2,026,060. 2,026,000.
And the pitch. Curveball is popped up. The third baseman, Bush Hobson, coming in. Right on the line, now in foul territory. He makes the catch, and there's one away. That'll bring on Paul Blair batting for the first time in the ball game.
The attendance for today's ball game, 33,611. It's the Boston Red Sox over the 2 million mark. They've now drawn 2,026,060.
All right, Fran. Blair batting for the first time in this ball game. He's batting 171, 2 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Lines a base hit down the left field line. Yastrzemski over quickly backhands the ball. He'll get it into second base, and Blair will have to hold it first. Well, I don't think you can say enough about the way Yastrzemski is really hustling in this ball game. He's been out there the first 2 ball games. The Yankees won 15-3 here Thursday, 13-2 last night. Of course, they have relieved the As in late innings, but he's really going all out.
Great player. He's got to be the best left fielder in all baseball. Of course, he plays this left field wall in Boston with anybody.
Here's Willie Randolph. Thrown out trying to bunt in the first. Struck out in the third. Walked and scored in the fourth. Walked again in the sixth. Willie's 0 for 2. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Randolph has a good eye at the plate. He's walked 75 times this year. Far more than any other Yankee. Fastball is high. It's 1-1. Reggie Jackson, the power hitter, has walked just 49 times. Nettles has walked 51 times. 1-1 pitch to Randolph. It's a called strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out and 1 on. The Yankees ahead 7-0 and batting in the 8th inning. Base hit by Blair, the Yankees' 9th base hit in the ball game. They now have 47 base hits over the first 3 games. Outside, 2-2. An inning and 2/3 to go here in the 3rd game. Final game of the series tomorrow afternoon. Right here at the stadium, Fenway Park. Ted Figueroa against Bob Sproul. Sproul a rookie. Figueroa is 15-9. Sproul is 0-1. The pitch hit into center field. Base hit. Blair will hold at second base. Then will get the ball into the shortstop, Rick Burleson. And the Yankees now have 10 base hits in this ball game. And runners at first and second with 1 away.
Still in the Yankee bullpen, Kidrow and Lindblad loosening up. I'm sure just getting some throwing in. Of course, Guidry hurt his leg.
Well, Fisk now out talking to Tom Bergmeyer. And while they're doing that, we'll take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Baseball Network. So Thurman Munson stands in with Blair down at second and Randolph at first base. There is 1 out. And the Yankees ahead 7-0 over Boston. Bergmeyer, the left-hander, sets. And the pitch to Munson. Fastball ripped to center field. Coming on is Lynn. Makes the catch. Throws to second base. And they do not get Blair. Blair was off and running on the play. Looked like they might have him doubled. He threw into second base. Burleson caught it up. Cut the ball off. Then tried to dive and tag the bag. Now he's talking to Duffy. There's evidently no communication there. So Blair gets back to second base safely. Now they're 2 out.
Left-hander Andy Hassler loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen.
All right, Fran. Here's Reggie Jackson. Everything on the negative side for the Boston Red Sox. That should have been a sure double play. No communication there at second base. Jackson takes the strike. Of course, Duffy normally plays the left side of the infield. Shortstop at third base. That's got him at second base here.
Right, of course, they picked him up to be a utility ball player. These are things that he's going to have to do. Look at the big crowd here, too.
1 strike pitch to Jackson. Drilled way down the right field line. Foul. And out of the ballpark. 2 strikes on Jackson. This from up here. Has anybody ever hit one out of this ballpark right field?
No.
Ted Williams never did that?
I believe so. No, can never recall anybody hitting the ball.
Well, if that had been fair, that would have been out of here, especially with the wind blowing toward right. Pitch. Fastball gets the outside corner. Jackson caught looking on the side as he retired. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on base. At the end of 7.5 innings of play, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Well, you've got that feeling again. The feeling that this could be the year, that Yankee Stadium could be the place, that this Yankee team could be the team. When you've got a feeling like that, enjoy it with a Yankees Frank. Because Yankees Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game even when you're listening at home. Go ahead, bite into one. You can almost taste the pennant. Yankees Franks. Colonial makes it.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobile. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road. Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ, and Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
Butch Hotson will be the batter here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The score of the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing. And a reminder, the Toronto Blue Jays will be at Yankee Stadium the 26th, 27th, and 28th of September. Then the Yankees close out the season hosting the Cleveland Indians the weekend of the 29th. Bill?
All right, Fran. Butch Hops leading off against Ron Guidry. Swings and doesn't get that slider. Hops was fouled out and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Lou Piniella with the glasses down, running toward the line, waiting for the ball to come to him, and makes the catch. And Lou almost falls down. Well, he played that perfectly. Lou knew the ball was going to come back to him. He ran toward the line and let the ball come to him, backed up a couple of steps, and made the catch. There's one away, and that'll bring on Frank Duffy, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2. He struck out both times. Guidry so far has 5 strikeouts, and he's walked 3. Ron was wild early. As Duffy takes low ball 1. He walked the leadoff man in the second, walked the leadoff man in the third, walked the leadoff man in the fourth. None of them scored. Fouled back by Duffy. It's 1-1. The Boston Red Sox have just 2 base hits off Ron Guidry. They got both of those base hits in the first inning. And the pitch hit foul off the right side. 1-2 on Duffy. Guidry now shooting for 239 strikeouts. Guy Jack Chesborough. The pitch, breaking ball, just missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He has 220. Hit in the air to left field, shallow left. Coming on is Johnstone, backing up is Dent, and Dent makes the catch. Dent went back, and the wind blew the ball back to him. 2 outs.
So an interesting stat about Ron Guidry is, including the American League Championship Series and the World Series, he has 30 wins in his last 33 decisions. An amazing statistic.
He has just dominated the hitters. Rick Burleson hits one up the middle, knocked down by Guidry, bounces on the ball, throws to first base in time. Ron Guidry, showing the great athlete that he is, knocked that ball down, hustled halfway between the pitching mound, second base, threw off balance and got broke. Inside retired. At the end of 8, Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
where the roads unwind with travelers, with friends, with family, with people going places, seeing all there is to see. Where the ride is always sure and smooth, you'll find the trusted friend you've always known. It's Firestone. Firestone, Firestone, Firestone. Where the family car is moving, where a night truck fights the rain, where the race cars scream around the track, where the tractors farm the plains, wherever wheels are rolling, no matter what the load, the name that's known is Firestone, where the rubber meets the road. Firestone, Firestone, Firestone.
What's so funny, Phil?
Oh, Frank here thinks he's more famous than Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson? Frank, Reggie scored 10 runs in one World Series. 5 of them were homers. He set 9 new records.
He's even got a great new candy bar named after him. And boy, are those Reggie bars delicious. Crunchy peanuts, chewy caramel, a smooth chocolatey coating.
Okay, so the new Reggie bar is terrific. But I've got a whole sandwich named after me.
You do, Frank?
Sure. Haven't you ever heard of a Frankfurter?
Right on, Frank. We always knew you were a hot dog.
A reminder, tomorrow on the pitchers for the ball game, Ed Figueroa for the New York Yankees and Bob Sproul for the Boston Red Sox. You'll hear it all right here on the New York Yankee Radio Network. Phil?
All right, Fran. Chris Chambliss leading off. Ninth inning. Swings and misses the first pitch. Yankees ahead 7-0. They have 7 runs on 10 hits. Total of 47 now through the 3 games. The Red Sox no runs on 2 base hits. Curveball is outside. It's a ball to strike on Chambliss. Chris is 1 for 4, a double in the 4th inning when the Yankees scored all 7 of their runs. Getting rid of Denny Eckersley and bringing on Tom Bergmeyer. Pitch. Line foul down the right side. Still no balls. 2 strikes on Chambliss. Check that. I'm sorry. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off the left side. Now the shadow now down around home plate. It's going to be a little tougher to hit. Of course, with Guidry out there. The Yankees have a couple of guys getting loose in the bullpen. The Goose Goss is throwing along with left-hander Paul Lindblad. Pitch to Chambliss. Drilled foul into the seats behind first base. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. For the Yankees in the 9th inning, Chambliss, Nettles, and then Lou Piniella against Tom Bergmeyer. One thing Bergmeyer's done, he saved a few relief pitchers for the Boston Red Sox here this afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Swung on it in the air to left field. Yastrzemski has plenty of time. Moving to his right. Now hustling to his right and makes the catch. Well, almost misjudged the ball. There's 1 away. That'll bring on Greg Nettles, who was single, walked, bounced to first and fly to right field. Fly deep to right field his last time up. Jim Rice went all the way back to the wall and made the catch. So Greg is 1 for 3. He has a 9-game hitting streak going. Here's Bergmeyer's first pitch. Curveball is a called strike. In the 9th inning, the Red Sox will send up Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, and Carl Yastrzemski. Here are their best hitters against either Ron Guidry or a relief pitcher. Fastball is popped up on the third base side in foul territory. Carlton Fisk is there. Now Hobson is there. They collide, but Fisk holds on to the ball.
It looks like Carlton Fisk hurt his left leg on that play. Probably just a little spike.
Well, Fisk was calling for the ball all the way. The ball was not that far from home plate. Hobson hustling in. But Fisk, the taller of the two, made the catch and then sort of staggered away. So there are 2 outs, nobody on for Lou Piniella. Lou's 2 for 4. A double and a single. The right-handed batter. On deck is Jay Johnstone. Pitch to Piniella. Fastball line, base hit, center field. Lou Piniella picks up his 3rd base hit of this ball game, and he got 3 for 4 last night, so that's 6 base hits in 2 games. And he picked up 2 in the opener. Well, he has 8 base hits in the first 3 ball games against the Red Sox. He's on at first base. Here's Jay Johnstone. Lou in the National League, he might be leading that league in hitting. Third ball of Johnstone is outside, ball 1. Lou came into today's action batting at .314. He's 3 for 5. Batting .318 now. So Lou's now batting at .318. Johnstone takes inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Dave Parker, top hitter over in the other league, .317. Now Bergmeyer sets. 2-0 pitch. Almost hit him inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Johnstone charges the ball. Always going in, very aggressive with the bat.
Like you mentioned before, it's difficult to see the ball right now. That shade out there in front of home plate.
Now Bergmeyer sets, checks Piniella, and the pitch. Ooh. And it hit him. Got Johnstone on the elbow with a 3-0 pitch. And he'll go to first base, and that'll move Piniella down to second base.
Obviously, Johnstone had a tough time picking up that ball, though Bergmeyer has that natural tail from a left-hander that would run into the left-handed swinging Jay Johnstone.
So Johnstone is all right. He's on at first base. Piniella down at second. And with 2 outs, the batter is Bucky Dent. Dent's 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. They bunch him toward the middle. Bergmeyer sets. And the pitch. Curveball hit on the ground. A hop to the third. He'll touch up at third base ahead of Piniella. And the side is retired. No runs. 1 hit batter. 2 men left on base. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. The Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Say, Frank, who says Yoo-Hoo's just for kids? Not so, Bill. Yoo-Hoo is for anybody who loves a delicious, refreshing chocolate drink.
It's Yogi's favorite.
Yep. Yogi loves Yoo-Hoo's cool, creamy chocolate taste.
That's because Yoo-Hoo is made with nourishing, low-fat milk.
Right. And it's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, Yoo-Hoo keeps your action up.
For taste, refreshment, and nourishment, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink is today's best soft drink value.
Yoo-Hoo, the drink of champions.
Try Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Rico helps you do it better. Do it better with Rico.
Attention, homeowners, be sure to watch for the Rico truckload sales circular in your Sunday newspaper. In it, you'll find fantastic values for your home, inside and out. Save on plumbing, paint, and paneling, lumber, hardware, housewares, and more. Rickle is dedicated to the do-it-yourselfer, and this truckload sale is sure to give you a big assist on all your home improvement projects. So look through your truckload sales circular on Sunday. Check out the exciting values, then visit a Rickle Home Center near you. There's a brand new Rickle now open in Parsippany that makes 24-hour Rickle Home Centers to help you do it better. For less.
Do it better with Rickle. Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle.
Look for your Rickle truckload sales circular in Sunday's newspaper. Big values are rolling your way. Bottom of the ninth, Fred Lynn, the center fielder for the Boston Red Sox, leads off against Ron Guidry. Bill?
All right, first pitch to Lynn is high, ball 1. Lynn is 0 for 1. He sacrificed twice and flied to center field. Yankees play him straight away. Guidry's next pitch. Swung on and popped up behind the plate, but it'll make the screen. Munson coming back, but he has no chance. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yankees 7 runs on 11 base hits. The Boston Red Sox got their 2 base hits in the first inning, both singles, and they have yet to get another base hit against Ron Guidry. He has retired the last 14 in a row since walking Carlton Fisk back in the 4th inning. Ball is looped to left. Jay Johnstone coming in and one-handed. There's 1 away. Here's Jim Rice. Got an infield hit in the first, bounced to short in the third, bounced to third in the sixth. He's 1 for 3. Rice still batting at .325, 38 home runs, tops in the majors, and 121 runs batted in. That's also tops in the big leagues. Big right-handed hitter. Here's Guidry's first pitch. Fastball is fouled back. On deck is Carl Yastrzemski, and he's dirty. He has really made 2 sparkling catches in this ball game. One strike pitch. Misses inside. It's 1-1. Yeah, it's tumbling around on the gravel out of left field up next to the wall on a fly ball by Munson. Fastball is swung on and missed by Rice. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Guidry now 220 Ks, just 19 behind Jack Tesbo. Fastball hit on the ground is short. Bucky Dent is right there. Bobbles the ball and can't pick it up. And Rice will be on. An error charged to Bucky Dent. E6. Rice on at first, 1 away. There's Carl Yastrzemski, the left fielder. He's 0 for 3. Ball is right there for Dent. Just bobbled it. Went behind him. Couldn't pick it up. Yankees first error of the ball game. The Red Sox have 2. Now the set. Pitch to Yaz. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Lou Piniella started back. Now he's coming on, hustling on, and makes the catch. Throwing the first base, but Rice will get back. 2 outs. Piniella started back on the ball, then came on and made the catch. So Rice at first base, 2 outs now, and the batter is Carlton Fisk. He's 0 for 2. Guidry streak ended at 15 in a row with Rice on at first base because of the bobble by Bucky Dent. Now Guidry bends forward looking for a sign from Munson. He's straight. Pitch to Fisk. Fastball is down low, ball 1. Guidry working quickly. The pitch. Too high. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Guidry's ready. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and a strike on Fisk. Well, if this score holds, well, if the Yankees win this ball game, Eckersley would have lost his first ball game here at Fenway Park all year. He had been 9-0 here. 9 of his 16 wins coming right here at Fenway. 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner, it's 2-2. Guidry would have won his 21st ball game, just 2 losses, and would have gotten his ERA down a bit. Can't get down much further. Guidry's ERA right now under 1.84. Now he sets. 2-2 pitch. Down low, ball 3. 3-2. Chandler playing way behind Jim Rice at first base. Rice will be moving on the pitch for 2 outs. Here's the set. He's going. The pitch is down low, ball 4. Fisk walks. That's the 4th walk given up by Ron Guidry. Rice goes to second base. And the batter is Bob Bailey, the designated hitter. He's walked, rounded into a double play, and flies to right field.
So when I last pitched to Carlton Fisk, Guidry wanted to strike out, overthrew the ball. Threw it out of the strike zone, bounced the ball up there.
He wanted to end it with a K.
He certainly did.
So here's Bailey, right-handed batter. Pitch to Bailey. Fastball. He gets the outside corner, strike one. Art Adler has figured out that should Guidry pitch this shutout, it would be a 1.78 ERA for him. Hit in the air to right field. Lou Pinella's there. And Lou makes the catch and falls down, and the ball game is over. Lou Piniella going back into the right field corner, caught the ball, fell down, and it's all over for the Red Sox in the ninth. No runs, no hits, one error, 2 men left on base. The final score, the Yankees beat the Red Sox 7-0. The Yankees had 7 runs on 11 base hits. They played error one. They made 1 error in the ball game. The Red Sox no runs on 2 base hits. They committed 2 miscues. Guidry picks up his 7th shutout, his 21st one of the year. He's 21-2. He has a 1.7 ERA. Denny Eckersy loses it. He's 16-7. The Yankees had 1 big inning in this ball game, the 4th inning, when they scored all 7 of their runs. 2 key hits. Lou Piniella. Bloop went into center field, a double. He got a double, scoring the first run, or driving in the first run, and then Bucky done a key 2-run single with 2 outs, as the Yankees scored all 7 of their runs in the 4th inning with 2 men out. So the Yankees move within 1 game of the Boston Red Sox, with a big game coming up here tomorrow afternoon. Final score once again, the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing. The engineer for Yankee Broadcast is Brian Ferguson. The assistant producer is Carol Lee Ashwell. The executive producer, Arthur Adler. Today's game was produced by Pam Boucher. Bill White for Fran Healy, Frank Messer, Phil Rizzuto saying so long from Fenway Park. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon at 2. The Yankees once again will play the Red Sox. Stay tuned now for the Yankee scoreboard and wrap-up shows.
Yankees, let's get behind the zero. Yankees, they're gonna learn the zero. Yankees, everyone knows they made a win. They're gonna do your Yankees,
There's a way you can always fly first class, even when you pay economy fare. It's very simple. Fly on American Airlines and carte blanche. You see, when you fly American Airlines, you'll always get first-class service, especially when you use your carte blanche card. Because carte blanche says something about you that you want to be said. It says you're the kind of person who demands the best, the kind of person who does things with style. So when you get where you're going on American Airlines, carte blanche your national rental car and roll out of the airport in style that you insist on. With a carte blanche card, you can do almost anything in style. You can stay at best hotels and carte blanche it. You can dine at the most elegant restaurants and carte blanche it. You can indulge yourself in fine shops around the world and carte blanche it. Wherever you fly, wherever you are, there's that little bit of difference when you use the credit card that says you demand the best. Carte blanche. From Albuquerque to Acapulco, carte blanche lets you go first class.
Yankees, let's get behind the zero. Yankees, they're gonna learn the zero. Yankees, everyone knows they made a win.
The Yankees Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Getty Gasoline.
Now here with the Scoreboard Show, Pam Boucher.
Thank you, Fran. There are only 4 other afternoon games in the Major Leagues today. They're all in the American League. In Chicago, at the end of 8 innings, it's the White Sox 4, Seattle 3. Tom Pashorek hit his 3rd home run of the year in the 2nd inning with nobody aboard for the Mariners. Rusty Torres had his 2nd, a 2-run homer in the 4th inning for the White Sox. Rick Honeycutt was the starter for Seattle. Enrique Romo came on in relief in the 8th inning. Francisco Barrios with a record of 8-13 on the mound for the White Sox. After 7.5, it's the Padres 4, the Indians 2. They're playing in Detroit. Mike Paxton started for Cleveland. The Indians are now on their fourth pitcher, Dan Stoner, who came on in relief in the seventh inning. Dave Rosenthal with a record of 6-10 pitching for the Tigers. After 7.5, it's Milwaukee 3, Minnesota nothing. Mike Caldwell at 17-9 facing Roger Erickson, 13-10 in that game. In a game just getting ready to get underway out on the coast, Texas is at Oakland. Doc Ellis, 9-6, will be going against Rick Langford, who is 7-10. I'll be back with a look at the rest of today's Major League schedule right after this.
Fill her with Getty unleaded regular, please.
Hey, Clarice, you see that guy getting gas across the island? You know who that is?
No, Lester.
That guy is Jackie Stewart. Do you realize he's won 3 world driving championships?
Hey, Jackie, what you doing here?
Buying gasoline.
You use Getty, too? Hey, Clarice, Jackie Stewart uses the same gasoline as Lester J. Boyle.
Oh, you're in the big time now, Lester.
Hey, Jack, do you know something about Getty us regular everyday drivers don't know?
I know Getty unleaded regular burns clean like an unleaded.
I knew that.
But it's got the power of a regular gasoline.
Well, I knew that.
And it costs a few cents less than most other major unleaded.
Is that important to great racing drivers?
The great Scottish racing drivers, it is.
Getty unleaded regular. More power for less money.
In the American League, there will be 2 night games tonight. Baltimore will be at Toronto, and Kansas City will be at California in a very big game in that Western Division race. All the action in the National League is under the lights. Pittsburgh is at New York, San Francisco at Cincinnati, St. Louis at Philadelphia. The Expos host the Cubs. Los Angeles is in Atlanta, and San Diego will be at Houston. Here at Fenway Park in Boston, the Yankees, behind Ron Guidry's 2-hit pitching, shut out the Boston Red Sox 7-0 to move to within 1 game of the Red Sox in the Eastern Division standings. Frank Messer will have all the details for you next on the Yankee Wrap-Up Show.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show is sponsored by the Lincoln Savings Bank and by Magnavox. Good afternoon, everybody. Frank Musser on the New York Yankee Wrap-Up from Fenway Park, where Ron Guidry has just pitched a masterpiece. He allowed 2 hits to the Red Sox in the first inning. One of them really shouldn't have been a base hit, as Bucky Dent misplayed Jim Rice's ground ball to shortstop. Rice was given a base hit by the official score. But nonetheless, Guidry pitched a 2-hit shutout, became the first opposing left-hand pitcher in better than 4 years to pitch a shutout against the Red Sox here at Fenway. Kenny Holtzman in 1974, August 25th, the last time it was done. He was pitching then for the Oakland A's. Guidry thus won his 21st game of the year against only 2 losses. He has now beaten every team in the American League. He got good support afield by the Yankees, who committed only 1 error, a 9th-inning error by Bucky Dent. As we said, the ball hit by Rice in the first inning was a very questionable call by the official score. And the Yankees, as they have in every game in the series so far, came up with a big inning, scoring all 7 of their runs off Dennis Eckersley in the 4th. I'll be back with more details on the ball game right after this. It's trade-in for touch tune time at your Magnavox dealer. Now get big savings when you trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch tune color television. The TV that lets you tune with the precision of a computer and the ease of a push-button telephone. What's more, you can get a free official 1978 National Football League record manual for just touching a Magnavox touch tune color television. That's right, just touch a touch tune, and your Magnavox dealer will give you absolutely free the official NFL record manual. It's complete with all the records and statistics of the NFL. You'll have all the NFL information at your fingertips, all the scores, the draft choices, the all-time records, the regular season schedule, even a special Magnavox NFL television guide, and much, much more. Save big during trade-in for touch tune time.
Trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television. And get the free NFL record manual for just touching a touch-tune. Now during trade-in for touch-tune time at your local participating Magnavox dealer through October 1st. The Yankees, as we said, scored 7 runs in the 4th inning. The Yankees, in that inning, sent 12 men to the plate. Actually, they scored their 7 runs after 2 men were out. Thurman Munson opened the inning with a single, but then Reggie Jackson hit a fly ball into the left field corner. Carl Yastrzemski made really an unbelievable catch on the ball. Munson was all the way around second, and he was easily doubled off first as Yastrzemski relayed to Frank Duffy, the second baseman, who threw on to George Scott. But with 2 men down, nobody on, Chris Chambliss doubled to right center field. Greg Nettles was intentionally walked. Then Lou Piniella drove in a run with a fly ball to center field that blew around in circles, blew away from Lynn, blew away from Duffy, fell to the ground for a double and a run batted in. Then the strategy on the part of the Red Sox called for Roy White to be walked. That backfired when Bucky Dent lined a base hit to left center to drive in 2 runs. Mickey Rivers then singled to drive in 2 more. Willie Randolph was walked. Thurman Munson singled to right field in his second time, or singled to center field in his second time at bat in the inning to drive in run number 6, sending Randolph to third, and Randolph scored the final run on a pass ball charged to Carlton Fisk. The Yankees had 7 runs on 6 hits in the inning, and that held up. Guidry was just superb. After he retired the first man in the 9th inning, which meant 15 men in a row had been retired by Guidry, Jim Rice hit a ground ball that Bucky Dent booted at shortstop for an error. Carl Yastrzemski flied to Piniella. A walk to Fisk, and Bailey flied out to Piniella to end the ball game. Guidry allowing only 2 hits, one of them very questionable. He struck out 5. He walked 4. And the Red Sox, after the first inning, did not have a scoring threat in the ball game. I'll be back with a final word and the awards right after this.
Here's some very bad news for people who rob mailboxes, and some great news for people who get Social Security, railroad retirement, or civil service annuity checks. Thousands of retired folks will never again worry about checks being laid or lost or stolen. They just filled out a simple form at the Lincoln Savings Bank, and now Uncle Sam automatically deposits their checks directly in their accounts at the Lincoln every month. No more waiting around for it to come. No more lost or stolen checks. No more standing in line to cash them. Every month, the day your check is due, the money is there in your free checking account at the Lincoln or in your savings account, earning interest for you from the day it was due until the day you withdraw it. Interest that can really add up. Uncle Sam and the Lincoln do it all automatically. You don't have to do anything except fill out one form at any Lincoln branch or telephone 782-6000 and the Lincoln will mail it to you. The Lincoln Savings Bank, 782-6000, member FDIC.
Well, the Yankees with 3 wins in the first 3 games up here at Fenway Park in Boston. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, the Yankees will have gained 2 games. Right now they have gained 3. Even though the Red Sox should win tomorrow, the Yankees would have cut the lead in half coming in here. And that's not to say the Red Sox will win tomorrow. The Red Sox did play better ball this afternoon than they did in the first 2 games of the series. But tomorrow they'll have to face the Yankees' Ed Figueroa, and the Red Sox will go with a raw rookie, Bobby Sproul, who will be making only his second Major League appearance. We'll have all the action for you, beginning with the pregame show at 1:45. The game will start at 2 o'clock here at Fenway. And now for our Magnavox Star of the Game award, and I have only one award to give this afternoon, and that will be to Ron Guidry, who was just superb on the mound, becoming the first left-hand pitcher to shut out the Red Sox here at Fenway, as we said before, since August 25th, 1974, when Ken Holtzman, then pitching for the Oakland A's, turned the trick. Ron Guidry is our Magnavox Star of the Game this afternoon. The Yankee player with the most points at the end of the year will receive from Magnavox a home entertainment center.
That's the story from Fenway. The Yankees have swept the first three. This one a shutout. Beatty, of course, last night could have had a shutout had it not been for an error in the ninth inning that allowed the Red Sox to score 2 unearned runs. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Figueroa against Bobby Sproul. We'll have all the action for you. The final score again today, the New York Yankees 7, the Boston Red Sox nothing. Frank Messer from Fenway Park in Boston. Good afternoon, everybody. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox and by the Lincoln Savings Bank.